Hello everybody, welcome to the first content deep dive. Today we are joined by Jiddy, correct? Just want to make sure I'm
Yeah, that's
pronouncing
correct.
that. Okay,
That's right.
gotcha. Just want to make sure I'm
You're
pronouncing
all
that
good.
correctly, because I would hate to call you. Was that what you prefer to be called, or anything else?
Yeah, Jiddy's absolutely
Jiddy
fine.
works fine. All
Jiddy's
right, just
absolutely
wanted
fine.
to make sure you can call me TS. TS works just fine.
Okay, all right. Is there any pronouns in that one, or I'll
Uh,
just call you TS?
TS, him, her. I don't care. Whatever you want to say. Doesn't.
Alright, no worries. Just
I'm
making sure.
in the TS persona, I'm kind of androgynous. I use him for this, and in my personal life,
Yeah,
male pronouns. But I try to keep my personal identity, I guess, separate from like the Twitch sharing identity.
very true. Very true.
So whatever you want to say, it's all good. And in this series, guys, I'm going to be taking a look at pretty much everywhere that a person makes content on the internet, be it YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, TikTok, wherever they want to make content, and trying to think, what improvements could be made, what issues I might see, anything like that. So in preparation for this talk, I watched probably good 5, 6, 7 hours of Jiddy's stream content, just his VODs. I never caught him live. And he also does a little bit on YouTube, so I did check that out. And, I will, if someone makes stuff on TikTok or Twitter or whatever, I'm totally down to check that out. I plan on making this a possibly weekly thing, if at all possible. If, people are interested, then I'd be more than happy to do so. But, it all depends on the interest and how helpful that I actually am being. So that's the important thing here, is being helpful and opening up a dialogue on, how to grow. And these are all my opinions. I'm by no means a professional, like a growing god or anything. I'm just a guy who's been running a large Twitter for over 6 years now. I've been in the Twitch community for probably eight-ish, probably. So, I've seen a lot of people grow and how they grew, and I've seen people fall from grace, and I've tried a bunch of strategies myself. I've seen a lot of people try different strategies, and, I kind of think about all the things that I've seen and learned. I also watch a lot of other people's content that do recommendations on how to grow on Twitch and on YouTube and everything like that. So I try to take their thoughts and think about them from my perspective and using my experience to see, okay, some people have really good advice. Like a guy named Devin Nash is personally one of my favorites to watch. I think he's got really, really great content. I think he's a great place to learn about Twitch. He runs a what exactly is it? I'm gonna probably get this wrong. It's like an ad agency, I guess, but he partners with streamers and will helps them get sponsors and stuff. So he's like a CEO of a company who does that. So he has a very business relationship with like Twitch head, like higher ups. So he knows a lot of information that isn't released to the public. It's a lot of, he knows people at Twitch. He sees all the analytics and stuff. Like he knows how much people are paid for every ad and everything, which you can't release. So I trust his information greatly, just because he has a lot more information than I have, just because of his profession. So
Yeah.
So basically, this is going to be real short and sweet. All the stream content that I watched, I have absolutely no issues with. I think it's...
Wow.
Your chat interaction's really good. Your energy's good. I didn't see you rage at all, which I know some people do really enjoy the rage streams. I personally just don't think that's very sustainable. That can get you somewhere, But if you're constantly raging, like for example, there's a, I won't say his name, but there's a guy who used to stream top lane League of Legends, and he
Yeah.
used to be super popular, but people started hating on him and started, not watching his content as much because
Yeah, that's it.
all he did was rage and complain. And with everything that's going on in the world right now, like I don't know
Yeah,
a single person that's like, let's go on Twitch and watch someone complain for 4 hours.
Yeah.
So
Exactly. I mean, like sometimes you can do rage in a way in which you can see the funnier side of it, if that
Right.
makes sense. Like
Right.
if you can see someone who's like purely raging at something, a lot of the people on Twitch, the lurkers, just views that don't even want to interact into the chat as much.
Right.
They're one of them people that want a good vibe, a cool vibe, something, good voiceover maybe as well. They don't want to hear someone, screaming down the mic at any point. But with if I do have a bit of a rage moment in there here and there, I'll always kind of make it something where the viewers know that they're, it's a joke rather than something actually serious about a game, even if it's like a casual rather than competitive gameplay.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I in my personal content, I play a lot of let's phrase it, rage inducing games. Could be League of Legends, Valorant, competitive games where, those are the cesspools of raging, and getting frustrated, totally fine. Like anyone can get frustrated. There's no issues with being frustrated, but there's a difference between being frustrated and just being, overwhelmingly toxic about it. It also depends what type of stream chat you want to have. If you want to have an XQC chat where you don't actually read it at all, because it's all gibberish, spammy crap, then by all means rage, do whatever you want. But I personally don't know any small streamers that are like, I want my chat to be a toxic cesspool that is just garbage, so I don't read it.
Yeah.
Like small streamers are like, I would love to, I want to interact with my chat. I want to, build relationships. Like these are the people that, when I turn on the stream, it keeps me motivated to continue doing what I'm doing. So yeah, your stream, great. I think overall, I mean, I feel like you've settled into your content, who you are, how your stream is, and as long as I always come from a perspective of, find out what works for you, but never ever be afraid to adapt. Like if there's a hot game coming out, check it out. It might not be your niche, it might not be your thing, but if you're playing something popular or like something hype that your viewers want to see, those viewers will come in, and then that might attract more people. Oh, I want to see this guy, he's got some viewers. And that's basically a recommendation for people who's got a little bit of stuff going.
Yeah, I mean the only issue in terms of if it's like a new game that's come out or something that's gone back into popularity, you've had the like of Rust recently that's got so many viewers coming in. There's always a problem in the whole Twitch algorithm, and it's just the fact that it's so saturated. Well, you're gonna have to go through thousands of pages.
The problem with Twitch is there is no algorithm. I actually had this argument with someone today.
Really? Or
yesterday. I've been having a intense debate. I'll phrase it with someone on Twitter. I tend to call out people who do follow for follow, as I personally think that follow for follow does absolutely nothing but bloat your follower count. Like for example, this guy who I won't name has 350 plus followers, does not have the viewer count to get affiliate.
Right, I see. Yeah,
it doesn't make sense. That's not growth.
No, it's not. I mean, like, okay, maybe you're growing the number, definitely, but you're not growing anything such as a community. You're not gaining anything which people will want to come back for more. It's just a like for like kind of thing, where as long as they get that +1, that's absolutely fine for them. They're not going to do anything else. They're not going to go the extra mile for you, you know?
Right.
And that's what I've learned in Twitch. In Twitch, it's not just about obviously giving that follow. It's more about actually being a part of the community that you stumble across. Even with raids, you know,
Right.
with a raid, I know people obviously say that raids sometimes don't work or barely work, you know, because sometimes it has to be with something similar to your kind of style. But at the same time, as long as you're in that community and you're making yourself welcome and known, and you know, being a part of their experience, I think that's the main thing that comes into account.
Right. So when I always, whenever someone does a stream in StreamNShare, I always recommend that, you know, and I personally do this. I go on to the sidebar and I check for that little purple dot to someone is streaming. If I've talked to them before, that's who I'll raid, because, you know, that's someone I know that is putting forth some effort to grow their stream, is trying to grow it, in my opinion, the correct way, you know, networking, really growing up that relationship. And, you know, my viewers might enjoy them. I enjoy them. They might as well.
Yeah.
So we might not have similar content, but if I'm enjoying the person's stream, then my viewers might also enjoy the stream. And, you know, that if my viewers don't, that's fine. I'm done streaming. They can go do whatever the hell they want to. Like, that's totally cool. Yeah. But I'm, you know, this is an option. This is where I'm going to be. I'm going to be at this person's stream. If you guys would like to join me, great. If you wouldn't, feel free. It's a free country. Do whatever you want. And then,
yeah, exactly. Preach.
Harken back to the like for like thing. The issue with the difference, people don't seem to understand. From my experience on Twitter, I have to have this discussion with people all the time, that YouTube videos and Twitch content are completely different beasts. So when someone interacts with your content on YouTube, it boosts you in the algorithm. A like, dislike, comment, watching the entire video, those are all metrics that YouTube plugs into their algorithm to try to figure out if they should recommend this video to who and how often. Okay. So if, you know, you have someone doing like for like, that's technically helping you in the algorithm. As long as the person watches some of the video, it technically is. It's a small amount, but there's some merit to that. I don't particularly subscribe to that way of thinking. I'd prefer to grow my content a little differently, but you know, that helps. Twitch does nothing. I could have 1 billion followers. Doesn't mean anything. The only thing that matters in Twitch is viewer count.
Yeah,
so
100%. And I say that to my mod, Chloe, who's in the chat. She's also a streamer herself, and there's always a worry in terms of followers and who's doing better than who and who's got the better count. It's not all about that. And I've said that, and I'll keep that to everybody who is in the chat. I'll say, look, you know, it's not about the followers. I know people who do follow for follow. They may have the views in there, and the lurkers or whatnot, but at the same time, for the number that they have, they can do a lot better, you know. And that's the main issue in terms of, you know, just overall trying to get that viewer count up. Because if you're doing the follow for follow, like you say, they're not going to go the extra mile, and you know, it's completely abolished with the number that you've got underneath your name on Twitch.
Right. And you know, I have no issues with people. I watch someone stream, I followed them, I like their content. They go, oh, I see you're also a streamer. Yeah. Let me follow you. I'll pop in. You know, that's organic. Yeah. You know, not support for support. It's, hey, I see you're also on this journey. Because I'm going to be real honest. Starting streaming is awful. It's an awful experience. Yeah. Because you're literally sitting here talking to yourself for hours. I have personally streamed a long time ago, but I've streamed for 5, 6, 7 hours, and no one came in. Nothing happened. Yeah, I felt awful. That's why I created the Twitch sharing Twitter like 6 years ago, because I understood that Twitch is like on YouTube, you can make a video and it'll be shown to people.
Yep.
There's no guarantee that anyone will ever see your content on Twitch. No guarantee. So I usually recommend people take those top 10 games on Twitch, remove them from your vocabulary. Don't play those.
No.
Obviously, if that's what you want to grow and that's what you want to do, go for it. I'm not telling you not to do what you enjoy. But if your goal is to grow, take those 10, don't touch them. You might be able to do them on the side a little bit, but you're not going to grow there. Because you can scroll through, like, let's take Just Chatting, which we're in currently. You could take Just Chatting, and currently there are 9 viewers. That's probably 200, 250 on the list. No one's going to go that far.
Yeah.
It's just not going to happen.
No, not at all. I mean, unless it's recommended to them, because obviously they like watching smaller streamers or something different rather than the mainstream people that's above, then okay, maybe there's a small chance, if that.
Right.
At the same time, yeah, you're right. I normally use there's a website called TwitchStrike. I don't know if you know what that is, but it basically tells you the ratio of people in there. That tell you how many viewers there are per channel, or where's the best time to stream. And that's what I kind of evolved my schedule for. And the games that I do for, the people that, the foundation of the views that I have, or the family, we call it, that we have, that's what they enjoy to see most. And that's why them scheduled games are in there. Even if some of them might be saturated, they'll still come back for it.
Right.
But yeah, I've done that education, I've done that learning, and I've seen which kind of makes me grow more as a community,
And there's different stages of your stream. So if you're like just hit Twitch affiliate, you're averaging maybe 2-3 people, don't touch those games. If you're rocking 10, 15, maybe you might be able to dabble in that a little bit, because you have that groundwork. You've done that groundwork, and you have people who will show up to your stream regardless of what you're playing. That's another thing. I feel like a lot of people, let's take Call of Duty, for example. I see this a lot. I'm a Call of Duty streamer. The only thing I play, I'm hanging my hat on that game. Right? Let's take... I don't know. Do you know what Heroes of the Storm is by any chance?
Yeah. I know that one.
So, people built their entire streaming career on Heroes of the Storm. There's nothing wrong with that. Until Blizzard says, we're literally pulling 75% of the team off. So we're closing down esports. We're transitioning a lot of people onto other things. That game is now basically dead. On
redundant, yes. Yeah.
So having that. So one of my personal favorite streamers, his name is Winter Gaming. He's a StarCraft player, great guy. I really enjoy his content. He's one of the people that I really think can show a lot of newer people how to make a stream, how to make it entertaining. Great production value. Phenomenal. Right? But he plays StarCraft 2.
Okay.
At a really high level in NA. Which Blizzard comes out and says, hey, no more DLC for StarCraft 2. We're done. No more paid DLC. No more expansions. We're done. Luckily, he does a thing where he streams StarCraft for 6 hours or so, and then he do like an after stream thing. So he'll play PlanetSide 2 or Rocket League or some other games, and he's been doing that for a while. Yeah. So he can play those games, and he's already built up a community that will show up when he does play those games. But his StarCraft content, he went from 2,000 viewers to 1,000. So
yeah, of course, that's a big drop.
Right, you gotta have a backup plan. Unless your game's like League of Legends, then that's not going anywhere. CS:GO, that's not going anywhere.
Oh yeah, hell no.
So, thinking thinking of ways to, for lack of a better term, diversify your streaming portfolio to other
it's
things.
more about adapting. Yeah, exactly. It's just about adapting to these different game styles and gameplays that you can have, the things that you can make genuine content out of, the ideas that you might have in mind, like challenges. Because I used to do YouTube before Twitch, and on Call of Duty, I know it was such a highly saturated game, but I tried making challenges out of it. So, I'm not allowed to reload my gun, for example, on Call of Duty. I'm only allowed to use my perks or I don't know, my lethals, if that makes sense. All of that made that kind of channel grow and get the pool of viewers in, essentially, because it was something different. It's something original. And that's what I'm trying to do on this. I'm trying to do it on this platform as well. I'm trying to do something that's a little bit different, whether it's with playing with viewers, whether it's doing something that I could eventually make into a YouTube video. If there's something like a scenario that comes in that very rare amount of people have actually seen within a game, like Among Us, you know, I just want to make sure that there's something there where something can see something new for once.
Right.
You know, and like you said, diversitize.
Right.
Really.
Yeah, that's so the only thing that I particularly see in your content portfolio is kind of a lack of diversity. There's pretty much just Twitch from what I saw, which there's a lot of people that I watch, and I subscribe to this, that you can grow exponentially faster on other platforms that have a better environment for growth from a small level.
Yes.
YouTube, TikTok. So personally, I just started being on TikTok, and I was scrolling through, and it's giving me a lot of Twitch content, a lot of streamers. That stuff, I've seen people grow a lot just by making bad TikToks that every Twitch streamer on TikTok makes. It's the same format. Yeah. It's the exact same thing. But people see it, and people started showing up to the stream. So it's a lot of, there are other platforms other than Twitch that are a lot easier to build a audience, and then you can translate that audience to Twitch. If Twitch is your final goal, which is a fine final goal, absolutely fine, but sometimes you have to go outside that goal to, reach it faster and definitely better. So I've seen some people take their stream content and put it into YouTube videos. A lot of times, from what I've seen, is people will chop that up into, they're thinking it more as, I'm gonna make stream highlights, which is fine if you have content on Twitch. You have to, in my opinion, you should think of it, I'm gonna make a YouTube video out of content I have streamed. So I'm framing it as, this is not a stream highlight, this is me making a YouTube video out of something I've recorded. So someone can come in with zero knowledge of you, zero knowledge of your stream, and watch that YouTube video and be entertained.
Yeah, exactly.
So if there's slow moments, cut that out. If it's you kind of sitting there for a second, cut that out of the video. No one wants to see that. That's fine on Twitch. Exactly. Yeah, that's fine on Twitch. Everyone understands, you're on camera for 8 hours. Like, if you're going to eat a snack, if you're going to kick back, relax, listen to a nice song, go to the bathroom, that's fine. But people don't want to see that on YouTube. You got fast attention spans. You got little attention spans. You need to speed up that content process. Speed it up. Yeah. Make it something that if someone did just click on it, they're going to want to watch the whole thing. So for me, for you, I would recommend either, if you have some other hobby or something that you're passionate about, make some YouTube videos about that, or TikToks, or literally take chunks of your stream and chop it up and make sure the perspective is of making a YouTube video and do that. As there's there's a guy that's super popular on Twitch. His name's Pay Money Wubby.
Okay.
Super popular, gets over probably 10,000 viewers at a time every time he streams. But a lot of where he comes from is a lot of YouTube. He makes what do you call it? Like commentary videos on YouTube about weird stuff. Like he did one on like this mom who does stuff on YouTube, but it's like real creepy stuff. It's coming from a perspective of like a POV type thing, but it's basically bait for creepy people that want to do but they have it on YouTube, right? So he made a video on that. That gets demonetized. He does not make much money, if any money, on YouTube. He uses that as a advertisement for his stream.
Exactly.
So he's grown.
It's a perfect way to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. I've seen him when I first started following him on Twitch. He's probably 5,000 viewers, which is still big. Like, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, huge.
It's huge, but it's doubled in the past probably 2 years, year and a half, because he keeps making some YouTube videos that draw in more people. His YouTube videos get millions of views. Like let me actually pull up his channel real quick off stream, just to make sure that it's not like nothing weird's gonna happen. I don't.
Yeah, no, of course. We've all been there.
Oh yeah. It's just like, and then he made a highlight channel for his stream highlights, which he made very recently. I want to say, so a lot of people make highlight channels when no one cares about your highlights. Like, I'm gonna be real blunt here. If you're averaging like 50 viewers, the amount of people that really care about your stream highlights are those viewers, and that's about it.
Yeah.
There's not a huge amount of people that I want to watch stream highlights of someone I don't know. It's people want to watch stream highlights of someone who they know exists, like Summit or Shroud stream highlights. Big content. That's big content. But smaller people, it's just the market isn't as big. So he made this highlight channel 6 months ago. His main channel has 1 million subscribers, and as I look through, he's rocking at least 1 million or very close to 1 million views. Some on like 4 million, but you know he's rocking probably 1 million-ish views on average. But all of his videos get demonetized, so he'll continue making those videos, translate that audience over to his Twitch, which he does something that I've never seen done before that I think is ingenious. He'll say something on the lines of, I stream every day over on Twitch, here's what you're missing. And then after that, he will play a 10-15 second clip of his stream where it's something really funny, really outrageous, really, it's that bait to get someone to come in and like, oh, I don't even know what was going on there. Like, he was shaving his head, or you know, in a weird outfit or something, or his mustache is green, or there's something where it's like, I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna go check that out. So I need to learn more about this.
Because you could actually stumble across him actually doing something like that on that channel at that moment of time if he is live.
Oh, absolutely.
That's the thing.
Absolutely. So. And there's not another thing. People will post videos and then be live as they post that video. So as that video is getting that big initial push from all their subscribers and then being recommended to a bunch of people, they'll say, like, there's a Rust streamer named Wellen who every one of his videos, he'll say, I'm live right now on Twitch. Is he?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah,
he does
that's
stream on
true.
Twitch.
Do you want to find out if he's actually live?
Yeah, it's like, oh, I just love this video. Like, he takes his stream content, him personally, I don't know if you know Wellen by any chance.
It rings a bell. It rings a bell.
But he'll take his stream content, and he is what I think is the best way of translating that content into a YouTube video. He narrates it. He builds a storyline for this Rust video through narration, and he'll play, if he's playing with friends, he'll have their voices in there when the clip's important, but he'll speak over it. He'll narrate what's going on so he can chop it up to make it faster, so he doesn't have to show him running over to the enemy's base. He can just narrate that for 5 seconds and you know what happened.
Exactly. And in terms of like highlight videos, there's a very, very good person as an example. I think it's the way he actually move forward with his channel. He's not on Twitch in particular, but just as an example of like conversation in general. Nobody wants to hear the pauses or anything before he goes on to the next next sentence or whatever. But if you don't know him, FaZe Jeb.
I know
he's got so he's got 3.544 million or something like that now. It's been a while since I've had a check, but they call it the cut commentary. That's what it originated as, and it's literally as soon as he finishes that sentence, it will go straight on to the next one. So it's so fluent, it's so perfectly aligned together to make sure that you are not there is no pause, there is no any significance of radio silence at all. It's literally just pure talk, and it's perfect. And that's what loads of people went there for.
That's absolutely,
and still do.
Like YouTube content, you can't have those moments. Like, for example, if I'm like, oh, he's over there. Oh, he moved.
Exactly.
Like, that's gonna be weird if there's all of a sudden a chunk of time that is missing audio wise, or there's nothing happening. It's YouTube. It's the octane, the level, the speed is so much faster on Twitch. Twitch is there for that, organic content. You're sitting there. It's kind of nostalgic back when there was you didn't play multiplayer. You went over to your friend's house and you watched him play a single player game. Like that was the thing that happened. I don't know how old you are, but when I was growing up, that's the thing that we did, because we didn't have, there's not multiplayer. Like, let's say there's some on like a PS3 game that's single player. You can't watch his stream. You just go to his house and he plays it a little bit. And you're like, oh, it looks super fun. And you're hanging out with your friend while he's playing a game, and you're just chilling. That's Twitch. Exactly. That's Twitch. That natural vibing, just chilling with the streamer.
Well, that's what it is. That's what I've tried doing from the absolute get go. I've been working on ways to just have that confidence in there, just have the slow vibe. I try to talk as slow as possible as well. I know I talk very, very quick during the stream, but that's just because there's so much going on through the chat and the messages and stuff, but at the same time, I do have people go in there. It's actually a chill vibe. It's nice. I like the mood lighting in the background. Absolutely perfect. I like the way it is. You don't have to worry about much. You're just doing casual. You're talking to chat. You're interacting with them. It's what everybody wants to hear and what they want to see. And if someone asks a question, I won't just go, oh yeah. I'll elaborate on it, and I'll even ask them back if they could type it out, or if they're bothered to type it out.
You're right.
100%, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah, absolutely. Having that, I think a lot of smaller streamers watch only big streamers. So if you take Summit, XQZ, they can't respond to every message. They can't have that dialogue between people. There's too many people. It's not happening. But with a smaller streamer, you can totally have a dialogue with someone in your chat, and they'll remember that, because that's an experience they can't get anywhere else, because that dialogue was with you, and you're only on this stream. So unless you're a god tier gamer doing something insane on a multiplayer game, people are going to show up to your stream for you. And if you aren't something that anyone's gonna want to hang around with, like we mentioned earlier, being a big rage fest, that's not attractive. People don't want to hang out with that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you don't want that at all. I mean, again, when someone comes in, whether they're new or old, if they've given your channel a chance, you know, if they've clicked on your name, or if they clicked on the thumbnail and they've seen it, they like it, and they say hello, I'm gonna give them, if not 110, 200% going back to them. Because at the end of the day, if they've given me a chance, I feel like I should give them the overwhelming amount of support that someone should. Big streamers, I understand they can't do that. But as a small streamer, it's just something that when you get that number, that when you get that one person that comes in, it can make a difference for their day as well, 100%. Because I think about also when I go into a stream and say hello, I want them to go back, oh, hi, how's it going? You know, how's your day been so far? I hope you're well, everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I always want. And thinking about that way, I want to transcend that forward towards what I do, you know, even if it isn't the right way, given sometimes it might not be the best way, but I'd rather go over the top rather than nothing at all.
Oh, absolutely. And I think the big thing that I see a lot of people, so there's one specific thing that if I go into a stream and it happens, I will immediately leave every single time. If I click a stream and I haven't said anything and someone in chat calls me out, says hello to me, when I haven't said anything in chat, the streamer starts talking to me, or if there's a bot that tags me just for joining the stream, I will leave immediately.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Because I don't... Sometimes I want to pop in a stream, not say a thing, and just chill.
Yeah, lurk. You just want to lurk. You don't want to have any interaction. You just want something in the background, whether you're doing work, whether, you know, anything that you might have going on. You just want something in the background, a bit of ambience. Mm-hmm. And this is what I did at the beginning. And I admit I was one of them people, not with the bot, but I'd be like, oh, okay, let's see who's in the chat. Oh, hi, how's it going? I've seen a new face. How you doing? And instantly, from calling them out, 5 seconds later, the number drops. You know, no reply obviously happens anyway. But, you know, when I learned that, and when I learned that was happening every single time I was, you know, introducing myself to that person, it just, it didn't work. And afterwards, from that point, I just thought, right, let's just do it like I'm actually making a video. You know, just like you're actually recording a video for a YouTube video, you know, in future.
Right.
You know?
And, you know, and that's something that I think that people really need to be open to. If you see something isn't working, change it. Everyone's going to make mistakes along their streaming journey. It's going to happen.
Yes.
It happened to me. It happened to every single person that's ever streamed on Twitch or any other site. You're going to make mistakes.
I can put my hand up. Yeah.
You're going to do dumb things. But noticing that, hey, this isn't working. Hey, so I've seen people... there's a guy who used to stream League of Legends to pretty much no one. Yeah. Right? He switched to specifically streaming horror games and speedrunning them.
Okay.
He went from literally no one watching him to, on average, I see him 350, 400 people. He built a community that is a horror game enthusiast community, a speedrunning community.
Yeah.
Right? But when he was streaming League of Legends, it's the same guy, but he realized, you know, this isn't working. This is not the content that's going to get me seen by people. I'm going to do something else. From that day forward, he has never streamed League of Legends on his account anymore. He will not play any other games that aren't horror games. That's his stream, is horror games. It worked for him. I'm not saying go stream horror games. I'm saying if you're out there streaming League of Legends, Valorant, CSGO, something like that, try something new. Give yourself that chance. If you haven't seen the growth and the growth and progressive increase in either your viewership or just overall interaction, understand that this might not be where you want to be. I'm not saying don't play that,
No.
but be honest with yourself.
Hmm.
And,
I mean, you're right. You're absolutely right. I mean, with myself, I did a 12-hour live stream on Friday, so literally 2 days ago. And towards the end of the stream, I decided to do Phasmo because obviously it's quite late. It gets dark and everything. Okay, we can make this interesting, get some jump scares in there. And it was like completely off topic towards what I normally play. Like I say, like Apex, Rocket League, Among Us, all of that. I tried it, and it just did not work. It slowly but surely the viewers were going down. It was something that wasn't getting enough recognition or just content in general. Yes, I had a jump scare here and there, and within half an hour of that time, you get about 1 or 2 minutes of that content that you were looking for.
Right.
And it's just something that it just didn't work, and it makes me skeptical now whether to actually stream that again and give it another chance or not do it at all. And I think at this rate and the way the conversation is going at the moment, just don't do it. If it didn't work the first time, don't risk it.
Well, so I would say, if that's what you want to do, like after your stream, if you want to play that, I'm not saying never, don't play that. But if it's not working, don't sit there and stream it 4 days out of the week.
Oh God, no. No. Yeah.
Exactly. Like if that's what you want to do and you enjoy streaming it, if people don't watch, that's not a huge issue. Do what you want. No. Streaming's about having fun and doing what you want. Yes, there are.
Well,
there are. You can have viewers, and that's like obviously the goal. But no big streamer came into streaming and go, "I'm gonna make this a career. This is what I'm gonna do." A lot of the people came in and were like, I just like doing this. And you can tell by watching their stream, they just enjoy streaming. And then it just happened to become a career. They didn't start out, because I think if you start off being like, I want to make this a career, then you put unnecessary pressure on yourself to improve, to see that growth.
What? Oh, I'll give you a round of applause on that one, because I can definitely preach that. I've had so many people, small streaming community with us. We're deeply involved with a lot of channels. It is a very, very small world in the whole small streamer community.
Right.
I mean, you probably know from yourself, TS.
Fair.
But these people, every time I go to them and go, look, how's it going? How's everything doing? If I go into their DMs and literally say, look, great stream today. You had a good time. I really enjoyed it, and it was a good vibe. And they'll go back, the numbers aren't doing really well. I'm like, it's not about the numbers. As long as you enjoyed yourself and you felt like that you had a good time and you genuinely enjoyed everything that you were doing at that moment of time, perfect. That's all you need there to it. The viewers, the numbers, everything associated with that, and maybe even building a career with that afterwards, that can come later. Use this platform as a hobby, not as a future.
Right, absolutely. And, a lot of people stress out about the numbers before their content is, for lack of a better word, watchable. I've seen people...
Yeah.
I've gone into streams for people that... So I get tweeted hundreds of times every day. Hundreds of times. Sometimes I'll pop in. If someone's playing a game that I've never heard of or something, I'll pop in.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll sit there. I have timed people before. I clicked a stream... So if you've been streaming for 8 hours or something, I'll cut you some slack, because I understand that you're probably tired, and the amount of energy, the amount of content, the quality of the stream is gonna go down at that point in time. That's why in our DMs I was like, hey, you want to find that happy place where it's long enough that people can come in and have a wide range of time that they can stop in. But it's short enough that your content doesn't start becoming trash, where you're tired, you're not being active, your energy is very low. If that's happening, just cut it off, because someone might come in during that time and they might think that's how that person is all the time. I'm never coming back.
Exactly.
When you're live, at any point in time, someone could drop in. At any point of time. So you have to constantly make every moment an ad for your stream, because that might be the first second that someone is seeing your stream.
Yeah, exactly. Couldn't agree more. You did it perfectly.
So if someone's like, I went into a stream and I timed it. It was 5 minutes before the person said anything, and they were there. They were playing the game and just didn't say anything for 5 minutes.
Yeah. Look, I can understand that in terms of the content that you're playing, the game that you're playing, you may be seriously involved with it because you're playing ranked or something. But at the same time, if you have a hot minute or like a hot 10 seconds of your time to just glance over to the chat just quite thoroughly and even bring a reaction in there, you know, whether or not you repeat the actual message on the stream, as long as you reply to it or put some sort of initial reaction, it's always going to be better than nothing, and it's going to give you a better chance of people either staying in or even, you know, dropping that follow in a sense.
Yeah, and playing, you mentioned playing ranked and like competitive modes.
Yeah.
That is, to me, playing games that allow you to be more interactive with chat is better for smaller people.
Exactly.
Because you can interact with that chat. And as you grow as a streamer and improve your streaming abilities, you know, you'll have that just dialogue that just runs, where you just, if you're playing a game, your mouth just keeps going if you're streaming. It's just a natural flow that happens.
Yeah.
So
it's like
definitely.
Definitely.
For example, if you're playing like League of Legends or something, you're like, I'm glad that I missed. I'm making sure I'm dying. Okay, I got to make sure that I need about 3 more CS, and then I can go back and get this item. And then, you know, I think I might go top. I'm not sure, though. I think it's a good idea. Let me check real quick. You know, having that dialogue of what you're thinking, what you're doing, can go a huge, huge way, because people don't do that. People think, oh, I'm just going to, you know, do that quick, I'm going to react or something, and that's all I'm going to do. So, no, it's that you're constantly... You're the entertainment. You know, having that dialogue, whatever you're thinking, it could be dumb. It could be whatever. As long as you're having that dialogue with yourself, people are going to know you're active. You're, you know, they can see from your perspective. They oh, okay, oh. And then they can interact with that. Like, for example, the example that I gave was, I'm going to go top. Someone could be like, oh, I wouldn't go top. He's not doing very well. I'd probably go middle, or like something that opens up a dialogue with your chat as well.
Yeah. I mean, a perfect example that you know, I try and tend to do. Sometimes it can get annoying at times. Like I get for chat. I do understand it, but I'll take the mick out of like MLG commentary, like esports commentary. You know, so I'll go in there and go, okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome yourselves back into some Rocket League gameplay. You know, I'll do all that kind of stuff. You know, like, oh, Jiddy on the left, his teammates on the right, he's gonna swing the ball into the middle. You know, I'll do all of that kind of stuff and make sure that there's something, again, like you say, dialogue. That there's something where people could actually enjoy that and maybe even have a smile on my face and be like, oh, okay, true. Do you know what? That is every esports commentator ever, kind of thing.
Very true.
You know. Just dialogue.
Yeah, just having that. It's a learning. People start off streaming and they think, I'm gonna be good at this because they've seen people do it, and they don't understand that streaming is difficult. Some people can do it naturally, but it's a learned skill. To be able to sit in your room and just talk to yourself is a skill. Yeah. You might have no one in chat.
Sounds crazy, but it's skill.
Absolutely. It's just it's a totally different thing than, you know, making a video or talking with your friends, which is something that it's a pet peeve of mine personally. I know people enjoy this, but if I'm watching a stream and the person's just having a chat with like their bud, and you know, they're not really talking to chat all that much, they're just kind of have you know taking the sorry, my brain sometimes runs, I was gonna say taking the piss, but that's not a thing that I ever say. I just hear your accent and my brain goes, let's think in, you know, those terminologies. But so they're just, you know, messing around, which is fine. Have a good time with your friend, but that's not content that I personally want to stream, because you're doing inside jokes with each other
Yeah.
that no one understands, and it's just, it kind of
Exactly.
what's the word, alienates. It alienates your chat, it alienates your content. If you're playing with your friend, yeah, but that's fine. Like, I have no issues with that, but you make sure that you realize that it's not just you and your friend, it's you, your friend, and your chat, your stream. You have other people to entertain here. But if that's what you want to do, like, I'm not telling people not to do that, just that's not for me. Everyone has their own.
Yeah.
So like I said at the beginning, everyone has their own preferences. I'm not going to tell anyone that this is the end all be all. You have to follow these 3 steps to grow. It's like, some people grow, for example, like XQC is just 100% energy. You can barely understand him half the time, and he never reads chat.
Yeah.
But he got to there because that's a market he has.
Yeah.
Which is fine. But being that guy, there's already an XQC. So if you try to copy him, he's already filling that space. Be yourself. Like, be whatever you want to be. Don't copy someone and try to be that person. It's no, you can take aspects of their stream. Like, there are probably 3 or 4 streamers that I really look up to as really great content creators, but for specific things. Either interactions with chat, production quality, gameplay, whatever. You just take little bits and pieces and you learn from them, and you try to apply that to your own content. You don't sit there and go, I'm gonna do this exact thing. It's more of a I'm gonna.
It's like you've. Would you say it's technically a part of branding? That's the thing, because technically with XQC's personality, that is technically a brand, and especially the emojis that come flowing through, each time. It's technically his kind of brand. He's been put himself as this kind of meme, this goblin, as they call him. Fair. It is technically like a brand for him, and that personality is like being exerted into the channel, into the brand, and it's just that, really. So is it a branding technically?
For him, I would say yes. That's his brand, but his brand is himself. It's nothing else. He can play anything and he'll get 15, 20, 30,000 viewers. Anything. You name it, he plays it because people want to be there for him. He's the brand, not his gameplay.
Perfect.
Let's take Shroud, for example. If Shroud's not playing an FPS game, his viewers are going to decrease by half. Still 8,000 people or something like that, which I'm not trying to disrespect 8,000 viewers. That's really, really good. That's insane. That's top 1%. But he gets 20,000 when he's streaming, an FPS. So his brand is more his gameplay, and being able to realize what your brand is, what your niche is, what part of you makes you special. So Shroud, guy's got insane aim. He can play any FPS at a nearly professional level. Like, he's insane. That's just who he is. That's his brand. You take XQC, doesn't matter what the guy plays. He's on speed and just going nuts. That's him. Doesn't even matter what he's playing. It doesn't even matter if he's, like, right now he's playing GTA RP, and he's not even following the rules half the time. He's just doing whatever the hell he wants to.
Right, exactly, yeah.
But that's totally him. Or when he cheated in I'm doing air quotes right now, in what was it, Twitch Rivals, Fall Guys or something. So, but that's on brand for him. That's who he is. Like, that's totally makes sense. So realizing what your draw is, what makes you special on this platform of millions of people. There are millions of people that stream monthly on Twitch. You have to set yourself apart from them. You have to find something. It could be, it could be your gameplay. It could be you as a person. It could be whatever. But you can't just sit back and go, I'm just going to chill and play this game and just turn on the stream because I'm playing anyways. That's fine. You're just not going to grow.
Yeah.
And that's okay. you don't have to stream to grow.
No, not at all. Again, Chloe is a perfect example. Obviously, if she's not streaming, or it'd be the same me if I'm not streaming, I will try and find everything that I can possibly do to better the brand or the channel itself. The majority of the stuff, if not all of it, that I've done on my channel is actually made through myself. Every graphic, everything that you see on the screen, obviously apart from like stream elements, notifications and stuff,
Fair.
Whatnot. I've literally tried to better myself and better the brand, the about section, all of that kind of stuff to make sure that, there's always room for improvement for the people who have come to my channel and that have spent an hour, 5 minutes, if that, in my streams. And I just want to make sure that the brand's getting better and better each time. And this community, like we say, it's our channel, it's not my channel. We're doing this all together. And if they've got opinion on something, if they believe that there's something wrong, they will tell me, and I'll be like, okay, well, I've got you. I'll have a look at it. I'll see if I could put a recommendation in for myself and work on it.
Yeah, I think one of the VODs that I did watch, you were making, I want to say it was an emote. I could be wrong. It might be just a subscriber badge, but
yes.
And you had really great interaction with chat. Asking their opinion, asking, hey, what do you guys think of this? I'm thinking about doing this. You were having that dialogue of you were thinking this, and then you verbalized, hey, I'm thinking about doing this. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
And, having that dialogue and, having their input. Some people who don't have any artistic ability will, go back and forth with whoever's creating the emote, and then, we'll show it on chat or on stream. Be like, hey, these are the 3 options I have. Let's have a vote. What do you guys want? Having that interaction with them where the people that are watching your stream feel like, they're part of this. They have a little slice of that cake. Like, yeah, you might have made the cake and you might have the biggest cake, but everyone gets a slice.
Exactly.
Everyone gets a slice, which again, that's not how everyone grows. Some people, make their own decisions and build their own brand without the input of chat. And, sometimes that works. But I think a lot of smaller streamers, having that sense of community, you got to give people a reason to come back.
Yeah.
So someone could either come watch you, or like, let's say you're playing Among Us. They could watch you play Among Us, or they could go watch 10 of their favorite content creators watch or play Among Us.
Yeah.
So what experience do you give that they don't? Interaction. You're a real person. Those content creators, once you get so big, you're not a real person anymore to your audience. No. You're a movie star. You're something untouchable. Having that, people will freak out. Like, let's say Pokemon. If someone had a conversation with her on Twitter, that's going to blow their mind because she's not going to respond to anyone on Twitter. But you could respond to everyone who comments on one of your tweets.
Yeah.
You can respond to everything in chat. Having that's what sets you apart.
Exactly. Couldn't agree more. Literally, you hit the nail on the head with that.
And I try to tell people these things on Twitter, and when you're first starting out, you have a lot of people. I'll phrase it that way. A lot of people have this very narrow mindset of what they need to do to obtain their goals, because there are a lot of big streamers who give advice that is awful. Yeah. If anyone ever tells you all you need to do on Twitch is stream a bunch and really grind, never listen to them about stream advice ever again. That is the hands down worst advice you can ever get on Twitch.
Yeah.
Yes, that worked for, let's say Summit, who's been on the platform for near a decade now. That worked for him because there was no other options for people to watch. So if he's an option for people to watch on this small platform, that's great. Yeah, do that. Now, you could stream hundreds of hours and see zero growth.
Yeah.
So there's just that grinding mentality that a lot of people have on Twitch is super unhealthy.
Well, yeah, that's it. I mean, it's always relating back to the numbers, I guess.
Yeah.
With all of that, it's everything or every bad or negative outcome that someone puts onto their channel always results into the fact it's all about the numbers. Mm-hmm. It's 100% that, because apparently numbers mean something. Apparently numbers gives you a status of power or influence towards other people that actually want to watch you, and you apparently have a better chance of people going to you.
Yeah.
And that's what it always results back to. It's a bit of a vicious cycle of the Twitch world, if you ask me.
Mm-hmm. And there's everybody that has any sort of success on Twitch wants to be a Twitch expert. They do.
Yeah.
I've had less success on the platform than probably most people who are trying to give these recommendations.
Yeah.
But I'm coming from a place where I've seen so many different people grow and fail and try different things myself. Had people I know try different things. You got to find out, like, that might have worked for that person, but why? Why did the grind work for Summit? Well, because it was 10 years ago. It's a completely different platform now.
Yeah.
Like, I tweeted, you can probably grow more. Like, if you have under 3 viewers on average, you can probably grow more when you're not streaming than when you are.
Yeah.
Making a YouTube video, making, TikToks, doing something else that isn't your stream will bring in that audience. Because just grinding on Twitch, it's not going to get you anywhere. But, grinding on TikTok, for example, you could make a TikTok right now, have it go viral, and your first TikTok can get 1 million views, 1 million likes. That is that
can happen. It's happened before.
Yeah, that's a possibility on that platform. That is not a possibility on Twitch, unless you're Drake or Logic or some sort of rapper or some other known celebrity. Your first stream on Twitch is going to be to nobody.
Exactly that. And it's like the whole Fortnite thing with Ninja and Drake, when that massive collaboration was around. Mm-hmm. Drake could do that because he was an influence, because he got that from another platform. Right. He did that within the music industry. Who else have we got in there? Corpse Husband. Mm-hmm. He's thinking of doing Twitch now.
Yeah.
But he's already made his community through his YouTube career. And it works for them. And I understand the fact that I want to try and get the YouTube videos out, and I will eventually get a TikTok probably going, because I've had quite a bit of I've had a bit of a demand for it in particular. But that's because they believe that that's the way forward. It's actually something that I might be quite successful in.
Yeah, I truly believe so. And it's... So the one thing that I see a lot of people fall into is, just jumping on the same thing that everyone else is doing on TikTok or something. If there's... Every streamer's doing this exact same video... Yeah, you can do it too. Like, there's no reason you can't. But your entire content base shouldn't be just doing what everyone else is doing. That's not setting you apart.
No.
That's just being like everyone else. And all of my recommendations are completely different depending on the person. Like,
of course.
If, for example, people who say... There's a big debate on Twitter that I see a lot about female streamers and whatnot, and people be like, oh, they're stealing our viewers. It's like, no. There's an entirely different demographic on Twitch. Is not one big hive mind where there's X amount of people and they all like, the same thing. The people who are going to watch, the streamers with the cleavage out aren't gonna watch you play Fortnite, kid. It's not gonna happen. Yeah. It's a completely different demographic. They're not taking anything from you. They're just providing different content for a different demographic.
Yeah.
And it's
necessarily a different demographic that sometimes might not have even been discovered until it happens.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, they might have just accidentally stumbled across a gold mine and it's just worked for them.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
And people will compare themselves to other people all the time, or other streamers, or everything like that. It's like, look, you are the protagonist of your story. If you remember that, everything will be much better. Because is the protagonist going to compare himself to a side character? No.
No
He's
way.
the protagonist.
Two different levels.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Who cares? It's like take John Wick, for example. Is John Wick gonna compare himself to the owner of the hotel? No. The owner of the hotel isn't the protagonist. John Wick is.
I am me. I am the protagonist. I'm gonna, get to where I need to. I need my goal set.
Right.
And that's what I'm gonna do, because that's my goal. That's my objective. That's my character.
Yeah. Your name is the title of the film. So if I right now, if I look at the top people on Twitch and I sit here and I go, all right, let me just pull them up for an example. All right. So okay, that's recommended for me. I need to go viewers high to low. Thank you. So we got NBA Top Shot, which is a completely its own separate thing, not important. LCS, competitive, not important. And then we got a guy running a charity, a guy doing some Fortnite. If I sit here and I go, wow, why does this person have 58,000 viewers? I'm doing the same thing. I think that's bullshit. I think I should get some of those viewers, or Shroud, or if I sit there and I think, wow, this is dumb. Why do they have all these viewers? Why can't I have some? Why can't? No. They're doing their own thing. They're not you. If you have a twin, you can compare yourself to your twin if you want. If you're identical, because same DNA. But these are different people. They have different stories. They have different roads. They have different content. There's nothing saying that you can't be as big as them one day. Just you can't be them one day. You can never be them, but you could be bigger.
Exactly.
It's possible.
So it's you could say the same with the top streamers. Like you say, the Summit, Shroud, Ninja, XQC. You might not be them, but like you say, there's always an opportunity for someone to best or even better that. Tommy Innit at the moment, 16 years old, he's still in college. He's getting 500,000 viewers each time. Yeah. On the platform. And he's not XQC, but he's better at that. And he's found that out. Well, not algorithm, but he's found that content to bring out, which will bring literally everyone on the face of the platform for.
Absolutely. Well, I actually think that I disagree with that statement. I think he is pulling from his other stuff and he's bringing people to the platform. I think there's a lot of people that just made a Twitch account to watch him, which is if I'm Twitch, I'm trying to get people that are giant YouTubers to come stream on my platform because they have an audience on a separate platform, and there's not a huge crossover between Twitch and YouTube content. There are billions of people who watch Twitch or YouTube, and there's the amount of size difference between the two is like Russia is, let's say Russia is the size of YouTube's content land-wise, and then Wales. Let's do Wales. Wales is like Twitch. That's the scale there. Like there's if I'm the size of Wales, I'm trying to get someone that has pull in that Russia land to come over and hang out for a bit, because people over there are going to be like, whoa, I'm going to go over to Wales, and that looks like a fun place. I know a guy over there. I'm going to go stay with him for a bit. Then if that guy goes offline, you're like, hey, I'm already in Wales. let me go hang out with some native people, some people that live here. And that's how you get. It's a trickle down effect. It's people. There's no guarantee that people will stay on that platform, but there's a possibility.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if it's more suited to them, if it's something that they were actually looking for rather than, the other platform, then so be it. Now, I feel like that's kind of what, I don't know if it's come to mind about Twitch's marketing or the deals they got, for example, with Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's associated with that, but they've done something in a way to grow so much, a very wide amount of views, especially within the last year. It's like double or 3 times the amount of views they got as opposed to 2019 or 2020. It's crazy.
I think that a big pull of that there's a lot of DJs who came over and did DJ sets on Twitch during 2020 during the pandemic. A bunch of NFL players, a bunch of professional athletes, a lot of rappers, a lot of music creators stream on Twitch because it's a platform for them to interact with fans and grow. So they're pulling in from there. So I mentioned Devin Nash, and he has a claim where he thinks that Twitch makes no money for Amazon. The only reason Amazon doesn't sell them is Twitch Prime sells Amazon Prime subscriptions. That is the only reason that Twitch is even... Amazon would be financially better if they shut Twitch down right now.
Oh, hell no.
Because it costs Amazon money to keep Twitch going. It's a negative, cash flow. They're putting more money into it than... So if there was an incentive for them to make... So, for example, YouTube's made this super in-depth content ID system so they don't have an issue with DMCA. They have, a algorithm to recommend. I can click a video and let it autoplay, and I can get an entire day's worth of content, and I never have to make a decision for myself because YouTube will make those decisions for me.
Yeah.
Twitch, that doesn't happen. There's no algorithm there. They have no content ID system. Their answer to the DMCA problem was laughable at best. There's no sort of... Their recommendations, if I go to the recommendations right now, which I accidentally did, it just randomly put... Like, there are no coherent things about these people. It's just random gunk. They're just throwing recommendations at me.
Yeah.
Like,
it's just it's stuff that it doesn't necessarily matter about the individual who's streaming, like whether the quality is really, really bad. It's mainly about what the viewer count they have, which is apparently recommended to that person. And it could be a range of literally 2 views, even if that's a recommendation. And it's surprising, but you're right, there is no algorithm to it. It's just like a random number generator.
I will give them that. They did at least recommend me all English channels. So,
okay,
good job, Twitch. You at least did that properly. I'm proud of you. You recognize that I am an English speaker.
Yeah.
But it's a... So for some reason, Twitch Prime started losing steam. Amazon would probably have no issue getting rid of, So YouTube and Google's an ad platform. Google, most of their money is through ads. Amazon, most of their money is from selling items that their retailer or their server, their Amazon Web Servers. That's where all their money comes from, not ads. They don't really make money from ads. So if you have a very small section of their overall business, which is Twitch, who, their revenue would be ads, it doesn't correlate to Amazon's main business. Google put in so much money, millions and millions and millions of dollars into YouTube because YouTube can sell them more ads, and that's already their narrative.
Yeah.
Amazon buying Twitch, that's like McDonald's buying Home Depot. Those are two completely those are completely different markets.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Do you know what? I mean, I can see where you're coming from. The only reason why there might be some correlation is because they've obviously got, like the Amazon Fire Stick, for example. You know, that's all like streaming, or like live streaming. You know, you've got Channel 4, all of that kind of area, and Twitch can probably fall under that. So it might be something that they can, you know, introduce. But you're right. The correlation between Amazon themselves and the reason why they became a multi-billionaire or trillionaire now dollar company, is because they were. It's like online shopping service, not a streaming service.
Oh, absolutely.
It's two complete different things.
I mean, they have Amazon videos, like they're all dabbling into other things, but I can name one show on Amazon Video that people watch. I can name one.
Boys?
Yep, The Boys. That is literally it.
Yeah.
No one else watches anything on that platform. It just doesn't happen.
Well, I mean, the Grand Tour as well. That's not a bad one, but you're right, exactly. Like, we both had the first thing that came into our minds was The Boys.
Yeah. I've watched two things on that. I've had Twitch Prime since it came out. I've had Amazon Prime for 4, 5, 6 years now. And I've watched two shows on Amazon Video, and I've had it for years. I've watched The Boys, and I've watched the Tick reboot. That's the only two things I've ever watched. I've even scrolled through to see if, hey, I have this service. I might as well use it. Is there anything that I want to watch? No, there's not. But I can. I am entertained. I did this today. Got on Netflix with my girlfriend, and she got mad at me because I was just looking at all the options. She's like, just pick something. I want to watch something. I'm like, look, I'm enjoying seeing what they got. This is fun for me. They have so many things that interest me. Amazon doesn't.
Exactly.
It's not.
Amazon's a place where it is like it's technically an online shop for B style films, or B movies, as they say. You're getting some that are highly like the quality of them are nowhere near obviously like the big brands like Warner Bros. Studios, all of these different like film companies. They've just got films on there that's literally associated with people who have done it on a 4K camera they bought for $1,000, and brought up a low budget film. Netflix doesn't have that. No way. Like everything that Netflix is on for that specifically is literally to do with everything that's high quality, high content.
Oh yeah.
And that's, I can understand why you scroll through it every time.
Yeah, I mean, there's some, like, Netflix does make some content that, like, their reality shows are utter garbage. But, I mean, people watch them because they're garbage. It's reality TV garbage, which, that has a demographic. But Netflix also makes compelling movies, also makes their own anime, also does all this stuff that Amazon doesn't really do. They'll license things. If something wants to be on a streaming service, they'll license it. They'll give you money to do it, but they don't have a studio. Yeah. And with all the other, I think there's Paramount Plus, there's Disney Plus, there's HBO Max, there's Hulu. There's like 15, 20 of these streaming services, and what makes yours special, Amazon? Nothing.
Yeah.
There's nothing, really.
Exactly. That's probably why they brought Twitch, because they wanted something as a big platform, because it's absolutely, it's obviously not as big as YouTube, because they've got like 1 billion people on there, but even so, it's still a massive platform. It's probably the next best thing to the YouTube platform at the moment.
So I would say that Twitch was kings of the video game content generation from users, live content, live streams, stuff like that. But now, if a small streamer is like, I want to stream on Twitch, I want to grow, whatever, I'd recommend, hey, you ever thought about YouTube? Ever thought about Facebook? Both of those have better growth potential right now.
Yeah.
They do. You can stream on all three. You really can if you want to. There's plenty of websites that allow you to do that. But you know, being realistic, if you build an audience on YouTube, you can obviously transfer that into making videos. They're not quite there. Twitch is still, I would say, the superior platform, but Twitch lost so many of their large content creators that, you know, other people come up to fill those voids. But you know, Twitch, you know, just losing a lot of people who made Twitch what it is, jump the ship to Facebook, YouTube, and those people are blowing up. Everyone that I've seen that has signed a contract with another streaming service has blown up. Like, killed it. The only people that I think that haven't were people who went to Mixer, which Mixer was a dead platform that threw money at big streamers and was like, save us. We have no idea what we're doing. Save us. And they couldn't, because people don't want to leave the platform they're already in watching things. Like, I watch Shroud all the time. When he left, I never went over to Mixer. I'll watch someone else.
Yeah.
Like, whatever.
yeah, exactly. You know, there's just so much to Twitch at the moment where you've got to do all these different things and kind of juggle it around at the same time, in order to, you know, just grow yourself as a platform. And that's literally to every single individual, whether you're a big streamer or you're not. You know, even you know, XQC, going back to Rust, where when he did that, he went there because the viewers were coming back. That was the thing that he was trying to survive basically on, and it worked. It worked for him, you know. And you know, for the people out there who are literally looking to, you know, expand, develop themselves, and you know, if they're worried about anything associated towards their channel, don't worry. You're not the only one out there. There's so many people out here at the moment, or even in this chat, who are listening to us and trying to get any bit of advice at all. Don't panic. You know, we're all in the same boat. Whether, doesn't matter how much power you've got. You know, it's all literally, we're all in the big same circle together, and it's all about making sure that we can just support one another and at least help each other get to where they may want to be, but at the same time enjoying themselves at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely. And I see a lot of people that really stress about, oh, my stream doesn't have the graphics I need. Oh, I don't have, you know, the emotes I want to have. I'm gonna be honest, you can have the prettiest stream, the best emotes. If your content is trash, I'm not gonna watch. If I click into your stream and I am bored, I'm not gonna watch. So, you know, it's a. I said the same thing back when I played League of Legends, that you know, sometimes your multiplier. Like, let's say your stream's a 7 out of 10, right? Yeah. If you have good graphics, you know, it might be an 8. If you have, you know, good emotes, it might be an 8.5. You know, it might multiply your stream by, you know, a percentage. But if your content's a 2, multiplying it by the same percentage, it goes up to a 2.1. Like, there's not a huge difference. If your content's not there, it doesn't, and nothing else matters. The time you stream doesn't matter. The graphics, everything else doesn't matter. You know, the time you stream is incredibly important. That's why I asked you, like, what time, what's your audience you want to go for? Because the best time to stream is from East Coast time, about 9 a.m. to, you know, 2 a.m. When Americans are at work, because the biggest demographic for Twitch is Americans. Yeah, we we hold the greatest, amount of power in viewership. We got the greatest number of people that on this platform. So if most of us are at work being completely unable to stream, the only people who can stream are, the people who, either work nights or work weekends or don't work at all and just stream, and that's their job. Like, do you know who Co-Carnage is?
No.
Co-Carnage is a ginormous streamer, like averages 15,000, but he streams every morning from like 7 in the morning, 8 in the morning. Then he'll stream to about lunchtime. He'll log off his stream for an hour, do what he's got to do, and then log back on. He does 2 streams most days. So he'll have like that, but he streams when no one else will. Streamers, let's be honest. Streamers are usually lazy people. Like that's what they usually are. Like that's why my Twitter is full of people trying to do follow for follow and trying to do shortcuts, because a lot of people don't want to put in the work. So no one who isn't serious is gonna wake up in the morning. Most streamers that I know wake up at, if they don't have a job and they're doing streaming full time, they'll wake up 10 a.m. at the earliest, usually in the afternoon. And then by the time they roll out of bed, do whatever they got to do, their stream starts at 2 p.m. When there's the amount of viewers, most of the viewers have, normal 9 to 5s, have their time that they can watch is, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Like that's their chunk. So if the amount of people streaming in the morning, when there's still a lot of people being able to watch, are low, then you have such a better chance. That's why I said, switching up your stream times is, as long as you can, if you, like, say you're playing a single player game, you could stream that in the North American, like, time frame, because, people are watching it. They're not really playing with you. And if you wanted to play like Among Us or something that, ping is an issue, or some other multiplayer game where, you want to play with people, but you also want to be able to matchmake, not have 200 ping to each other, you can play in the European time zone, because those people are going to have a lot better ping for you. So it's just something it's a possibility that, if you streamed in the North American time zone, that might be, you might have an advantage because you're 5-6 hours ahead of, probably like 6 to 9 hours ahead than the people who are here. Also, you have an accent which people enjoy listening to.
Exactly.
So you are that's something now that sets you apart from other people who are streaming in that time zone. So it's
it's in terms of what I try to do as a schedule itself. I was more inclined to go towards a little bit later than usual, because I know if I do it an hour later, that's the difference between having another 1 to 5 people more than the likes of none at all. So that's what I did. I went from 6 till 9. I cut down the days. I didn't want to do weekends. I just wanted to do weekdays from 7 till 11. And from this point on, from this moment on, as you say, with the time zones, as long as you're applied to where it is most applied to, where the demographic is most, like you say, it's westernized. It's based in America. The most amount of people are there. That's what it's mainly been based on to do with my schedule. I've done it weekdays to make sure that that's the least amount of people who are streaming. I've done it at 7 to 11 to make sure that Americans can actually see my content. Yes, it might not be as applied for the UK fan base. Fair enough, I understand that. But 7 to 11, that's like straight after dinner for the UK. Normally it's like on an average, it's 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. people are having dinner.
Mhm.
Straight after, they'll want to, they'll want to go on to YouTube or Twitch and stuff like this, and it's perfectly worked. It worked. That one single hour difference has made every single little bit just a little bit more because of the demographic and making sure that the whole world, even if it is, just for America, there's other bits. Australia, I've had Australian people come in and be like, oh, cool, hi, how's it going? It's been absolutely perfect. And from that point, that explanation that you were saying, I could not agree more with that at all.
And a lot of people are afraid to switch up that hour, are afraid to going back to like at the beginning where I was like, you got to be adaptable. That's something that if something's not working, be okay with yourself. Be like, oh, anyone who says that I'm just not getting lucky on Twitch, that's why I don't have viewers. I have great content. I'm not lucky. No, I've gone to people's accounts that, I'm just not lucky. Oh, look, they're only doing stuff on Twitch. They're only grinding on Twitch, playing League of Legends, playing Valorant, playing Fortnite, playing those big games. Honestly, if you're gonna just do that, just play with your buddies. Like, you don't even have to stream. It's fine. You don't need to stream. There's nothing wrong with just not streaming. That's totally fine. But if you're gonna, play those games, do something else. If all you want to do is do Twitch, that's fine. But don't complain about I'm just not lucky. No, you're not doing like I've had people. I try to be kind of blunt with people because I feel like on Twitter, they're not gonna get it unless you kind of put a little zing in it. Like if I just tell someone, hey, this might not be working, and I'm like super nice about it, like I am, verbally talking with you, they're gonna be like, oh, he doesn't know anything. He doesn't, or they argue with me, or they try to say, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. What's your personal stream? And then I'll say something like, I don't release my personal stream. I don't release my personal content creation channels. Because,
I saw that,
because a lot of people, do that, and their main goal is to gain on their main channels, and they're not like here to actually help people, which, I disagree with. It seems like a very selfish thing to do, so I don't. And then they come back with, well, if you're not going to tell me your channel, then I have no idea what you're saying makes any sense. I was like, all right, that's fine. But I feel like you can use logic and think about the things that I'm saying. Like, oh yeah, there's some validity to that. That makes a little bit of sense.
I mean, I understand where the people come from on that, but remember the platform that you've got from Twitter, you've got over 100,000 people there. They obviously some people will do it for the follow thing, as you do, as you say, but there is people there that genuinely want that advice. They want that kind of pathway to go forward towards.
And to me, if I'm not even Twitch affiliate, or I just hit Twitch affiliate, I'm listening to anyone. You don't even have to show me any credentials. If I'm at that level, everyone knows more than me at this point. Everyone has the potential to give valid advice. If you're rocking like 50 viewers, be a little more selective with who you want to take your advice from, because you obviously got something working for you. You got some sort of platform. You're doing something right. You want to be a little more selective. But if you're day one, listen to everybody. Some people might give you dumb things, but listen to them and be like, think about it for yourself and be like, oh, that makes sense. Oh, that doesn't make sense. That's dumb. That's whatever. So being willing to, like, I've listened to people on how to grow on Twitch and YouTube and stuff that I completely disagree with most of the things they say, but I still listen. Like, oh, I can understand why they would think that. I disagree, but
that's it. I mean, everybody learns one way or another. Myself, yourself. You were saying before. You did streaming at the very beginning. You said you did this, you did that, and the other, and then you turned it around and you learned something from it.
Yeah.
No, it's the same with. You could say it with so many people. You could say it with the people that are now trying to push for partner. They still got so much more to learn and develop, and and anything that you find, even if it might even be from a big streamer to a small streamer, something that works with them.
Mm-hmm.
If they apply that into their channel and it's actually worked, then it's completely validating the whole subject topic that we're on right now. Everybody can learn from one another. Like you say, the numbers do not matter
Mm-hmm.
at all. Please, I just want to put it into people's heads. It's not about the numbers. It's literally about treat everybody as you would normally do if you walked in the street, if you saw them. If there's something that you want to kind of give them advice on, whether it be life in general, whether it be with Twitch, we can all learn from one another, and that's something that I have done every single time. Any channel that I go into, I always learn that teeny bit more, what I want to do, and these different things that I can do with my channel, and more interactive things, and
Absolutely.
it's perfectly valid. Everybody can learn from one another.
Yeah, you gotta make a stream that you would want to watch.
Yes.
That's what if you can't watch back your VODs, like, I'm not, some people will be like, watch your VODs and realize what you did wrong or realize what you did right. I was like, you don't have to do that. You don't have to. Will it probably help you? Probably. Yeah. But there's a lot of other things you can do. You can watch, other people and be like, okay, this is what I like about this stream. How can I make this, how can I take the things that I like about this stream and bring it into my own?
Yeah, like apply it to your own, but obviously do it on a tangent.
Obviously do it your own way. Put your own spin on it. Like I was talking about that Winner Gaming guy. He has phenomenal graphics. He plays a lot of really good music. So I thought, he plays mainly like electronic music, a lot of EDM, which I personally enjoy. And I was like, okay, I see his part of his stream is having this specific demographic of music. I've also seen some people who do like 2K, like NBA type streams. They have a lot of rap, hip hop, stuff like that, but that adds to their aesthetic of their stream. But they usually play that genre of music. So think to yourself, okay, I'm playing this game. This is a a hip hop vibe. This is a rap vibe. This is a EDM vibe. This is a lo-fi vibe. But be consistent about it, and you take that, put your own spin on it. Like, all right, I'm gonna play. Let's do, League of Legends, but I'm gonna play, mainly this genre of music. So people who come in and like this genre of music, boom, that works for them.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
all about not being super headstrong.
What vibe you want to bring off? Exactly. It's what vibe that you want to bring off at the end of the day. You like, okay, if you want something absolutely epic, you bring on the context. You could have like this war music, obviously copyright free.
Yeah.
If you want something where just people to chill out, vibe to, just if they want to do something where they want to get work, as we say, like done in the background, just have lo-fi on. Because music, people do it because it's just something. Oh, okay, I can have it in the background. It's actually not bad. It's pretty good going.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's good for anyone. It always brings something more. But it's not just that. It's more about some of the music that you can provide and produce for the people that are on the channel. You can give them the kind of, it gives them some sort of theatric or ambience towards it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And that is perfect. It's perfect to make a situation, and it could even be a clip and be really, really funny at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You could go into this epic battle, you die straight away. That's the end of it. Just an abrupt ending.
And it's just got,
brilliant.
Really hype, theatric, music. And, like you die right away. It's a good clip. Like, music and sound is a good, if you think about it, a lot of the smaller or bigger streamers, they have a very different sound design. So sometimes their followers don't make noise. Their subscriptions are 1 second long, maybe just a real quick boop, and then just to make a little bit of a noise. But if you look, sometimes That's another thing that some people do is they play. Their like subscription noise is ear shattering and just completely takes you out of whatever sort of enjoyment you're having. It should be an additive. It should be a notification, not. Again, depends who it is. There are some female streamers who their subscription sound, because they do a lot of just chatting, is 10-15 seconds, and they do a little dance. That's their demographic. That works for them. No offense, that's not going to work for me or you. No one wants to see that. That's not a demographic on Twitch.
I wouldn't want to see that.
Yeah, it doesn't work
that way.
It doesn't work for our demographic.
No,
it's just not going to. So quick stuff, funny things, little things work a lot better. Realizing what you have going for you and what demographic you're trying to shoot for is a giant hurdle that a lot of people struggle with. You can't please everyone. It's impossible.
No.
You can't. Starting off playing 18,000 different games, which is a new game every day, and it's not even remotely close to the same genre. Like one day you're playing Valorant, one day you're playing Dead by Daylight, next day you're playing Among Us, next day you're playing this. There's no congruency. There's no line. Being a variety streamer is totally fine. You can do that, but have some sort of, like the guy I was saying that does the horror games and speedruns them. He plays 10, 15, 20, 30 games, but they're all horror games, and he speedruns all of them. So that's the through line. Yeah. That's the consistency that he's got. So you might not like the game, but it's you like horror games. If you like his channel, usually you like speedruns, which I'm a huge fan of speedrunning. I think you can grow any channel, pick any game. If speedrunning interests anyone out there, if you want to grow on Twitch, pick any game, speedrun that, your channel will grow. It's that simple. Yeah. Speedrunning is phenomenal for growing your channel to 10, 15, 20 viewers. If you start getting good, start hitting that leaderboard, bringing that community in, it's insanely good for that sort of promotion, that sort of growth. And if that's not something that doesn't interest you, don't do it. But that's being aware of all the options that are available to you. Like, I've thought about speedrunning myself because I enjoy watching speedruns. I think it's super fun. But I don't know if that it's a lot of grinding. I don't know if that would work for me on a personal level. It just seems and there's no real game that I have that passion for. So it's an option.
There's so many games out there that can be sped run. Big ones, Mario. That's iconic. Minecraft is always the big one.
It's
a little bit oversaturated.
That's the meme one.
Yeah, that's the meme run. The meme run.
Yeah, that's
speed run, a meme run.
That's the big meme right now. Well, you got a bunch of people doing the Minecraft speed runs, which if that's what you want to do, more power to you. But picking something that doesn't have a exceedingly small community, but not an exceedingly large community, so you can slip in there and feel welcome. Like, let's say Mario 64. That's a huge community. That's gonna be hard to get in there. Or a lot of Zelda games. You're just not gonna. It's harder to get in there because getting on the leaderboard, growing, having better times, draws more people in. Oh, I heard this guy just got this really hard skip for the first try. That's a clip. Yeah. Someone searches like Super Mario 64. They see you get this insane clip. Like, oh, that guy looks like he's pretty good. I'm gonna check out his channel. That works. That works. I know we've kind of went. This went completely not the way I had planned. I expected this.
You know what? I completely understand. It's fine. There's so much to talk about. It's such a big spectrum. Do you know what I mean? And you can be thrown off so easy. So I understand.
Absolutely. My brain was like, all right, we're gonna hit all these points in like 30 minutes. My brain was like, I don't really have any issues with your content. It's more, I think you could be doing, stuff outside of Twitch, doing
the extra mile now.
Doing YouTube content. And for YouTube and Twitter and TikTok content, they do not need to be related to your Twitch content.
No.
You need to have. So if like your stream is funny, you know, making funny TikToks or funny YouTube videos would help.
Yeah.
Having something like if someone really loves reality TV shows, and they talk about reality TV shows a lot on their Twitch channel, and they either watch them or whatever, then making TikToks about reality TV, it's original content, but there's still some sort of connection there. You don't want to make a video game. No, that's a bad example. Making art. Let's say you're doing art on YouTube, and then you never do art on Twitch. You just play games. You play FIFA or something on Twitch.
It has to come into mind. It's okay. So, in a way, say for example, people like the only thing that people see on your Twitch would be you like walking into this frame, this box, and I use this example all the time. Oh, I live in this box. Like I'll be in this box the whole time, and people don't know what's around me. They don't know who could be looking at me, who's in the same room as me. It could be all that kind of stuff, and you could really put some sort of perspective and like quite a good backstory on that, because it always relates back to your Twitch channel. The fact that you're in this ambient zone, you've always got the mood lightings and stuff. You could always make these different scenarios, which would be ultimately funny, but at the same time, it relates back to your actual Twitch channel about where you are, what you do, what your setup is, even if it's to do with a game, big time. It's like you say, art and then not doing art doesn't make sense. But when you're more applied to doing something that's, even if it's like the smallest, someone put their first, it's perfect. And do you know what? That's made me light up a couple of ideas that I might want to do in future.
So do you have the stream up by any chance?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, I'm gonna play a clip that I think people. This is an underrated thing you can do on Twitch. I don't know if you've ever seen this.
This is brilliant.
This is when I saw this, my brain went, "This guy is a genius." All right, I'm trying to make sure I have it in frame properly. All right, it's good enough. That'll do. All right, ready?
Someone put their persona pointing a gun at me and said, "Show us what's inside the fridge, Wayne. You want the truth? You want the truth? You want the fucking truth? There is no fridge! I lied!"
No. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Perfect.
So having that's so creative. Who thought put a cardboard cutout of a fridge in the background?
Yeah.
And then that clip went insanely viral. Insanely. I've never watched that guy stream. I had no idea who he was. But I saw that clip, and now it's ingrained in my brain.
Yeah.
So I ever see him again, my brain's like, oh, that's the guy who has the fridge. So that's not a fridge.
The fridge man, yeah.
Doing something that makes you special. Doing something, whatever. Like in that, as you could see, he was holding up. Someone made a picture of their persona pointing a gun and saying, "What's in the fridge?" Like obviously having that fridge that's fake. He's obviously played up the fridge aspect a little bit. He knows that's not real, but he plays it up a little bit. So if someone's like, "Hey, what's in the fridge?" You're like, "Dead bodies" or something like something like that. There's like, so it's like a big meme with his channel, and then he finally like big reveal.
Oh, don't get me started. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, don't get me started. I don't know if it's TOS, but obviously there's like some. I'm not going to say what the actual platform is, but there's some people in this world that will pay money to obviously do certain things, or even certain clips and send them. Like if they subscribe to it.
It's a specific.
You probably know what it's called.
It's 8 letters long, has 2 capitals in it.
Yeah, exactly. Right, and my chat always goes to me, "Do you have it?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Of course I do." Subscribe, do it if you want. Like, and I always make a joke out of it, and it's perfect. Like, because it's not, it's even new viewers that come in. They'll be like, oh my god, do you have this? I'm like, yep. What do you do on it? With Kermit? It's great. It's brilliant.
Honestly, this is a phenomenal idea. So I don't know if you've ever heard. There's a guy on the Hub who does like super wholesome videos, but he posts them on Pornhub.
Yes, I have seen it. Yeah,
like
it's like I take my missus to bed and give her a good night kiss.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, so the title looks like, normal porn title, but the video is him like just being a gentleman or something like that.
Yeah, a very, very nice gentleman, nice guy. In general.
I want to see someone who has that particular website, which I think Twitch does not like people to say out loud. And then you just post, selfies and just like random stuff. Yeah. Like you can make one of those for a dog or something. That is content for your stream. Yeah, I have that website. Yeah. Go check it out. It's, you can Google my name and then that particular website and it'll show up. And then they go there. You don't want to dupe them into giving you money. You got to be upfront. Like, hey, on this, there's this specific thing that you might be looking for. It's not here.
Yeah.
But, I have this particular account on this particular website and I do post content on there every day. So
yeah,
it's not, the content that the website is created for, but having that kind of counterculture on that website, it could be a great promotion. Someone might stumble upon, hey, I found this particular account on this website that usually has this particular style of content. And this guy posts pictures of his dog and dogs.
Yeah.
Like he goes around and takes pictures of dogs all day and posts it on this website. They post it on Reddit.
Yeah.
That blows up. All of a sudden, everyone's talking about you and your dog website. And then, they obviously want to see who's doing this. You make content on Twitch. They go to your Twitch. Like there's so many different ways that people can promote themselves and do specific things that, put them in a different box.
Yeah. And the big moral of the story really is one idea like that can take you as far as going to the top.
Yeah.
As long as you can find that idea and as long as you know what you might do or might even think about, it works. It will work. And that viewership that you have now can go from 10, essentially, all the way up to around about 100, within the matter of days if it needed to be.
Like, do you know who Code Miko is?
Yep, I know who he is, yeah.
Yeah, that particular channel went from
Perfect.
I've never heard of it to every giant YouTuber and every giant Twitch streamer is collaborating with them.
Yeah.
Because of their specific thing that they're doing. Now, that person who is that account does have a background in specific things. We'll phrase it that way. So the website that we were talking about in Code earlier, they did things that were similar to things that would normally be on that website. But they took something, made it insane production value, went 100% with it, and they went from I've never heard of them to, as of speaking right now, 17,500 people watching them.
Yeah.
Because of an idea and because of, great production value, great technology, great. But that's one idea. You could have an idea like that and have similar growth, similar projection. Don't be afraid to try, especially if you're small. Don't be afraid to try new things. Don't be afraid to, get out of your comfort zone. Do something that you don't think is gonna work, but you don't know if it's gonna work. Try something outside of the box. Trying something outside of the box gets you away from, being just another Fortnite 12-year-old playing Fortnite.
Yeah.
There's a million 12-year-olds playing Fortnite. Well, probably 100%. Not, because the age limit I think is like 13 or 14. But you know what I'm saying.
True.
Like every kid can turn on there. Anyone anyone who has a next gen console or this current gen console can literally turn on and stream on Twitch with zero cost. If they're playing online game, they can do it.
Yeah.
Anyone can. I saw a guy playing Gears 5 so I like Gears. Gears of War is a great franchise in my opinion, but I wanted to see something came up on my Twitter and was like tournament. So I was like, they still run tournaments for Gears 5? Like I was surprised by that. So I went in, I checked Gears 5, and there was a guy who literally has like the basic outlay of streaming on Xbox. Like the basic one. You can tell that he's streaming from an Xbox.
Yeah.
He has 86 viewers and had an active chat.
Yeah.
I was like, anyone can do it. But, you know, he's streaming a game that now he was the top of the category with 86 viewers. So anyone who comes in and goes, I want to watch Gears 5, they're going to click him.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you can be a king of a small category and, you know, have a pretty good viewership. Like 86 ain't bad. That's not bad. That's
part of the level.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
Which people, my thing is, I've had people say, I'm on my path to partner, and they have 3 average viewers. It's like, technically, yes, but let's pick better goals. That's like a junior high or middle school or whatever it is, grade 14-year-old. We'll go 14-year-old wants to play, you know, in the NBA, wants to be a professional basketball player. Yeah. And they're like, oh, I made the starting roster for my 8th grade team. And then they're like, okay, next starting roster, I'm going to get drafted into the NBA. It's like, no. Hold on. You got a lot of...
Hold on a second. You still got to become an adult first.
You got a lot of growth there. That's like someone just hit affiliate and like, oh, path to partner. I'm going to go to partner now. It's like, whoa, hold on there, bud. You got a lot of steps there. That's like me flying from where I'm at to where you are. It's like, okay.
In just a minute.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I got on the plane, or I got in my car. Next step, I'm gonna be in England. Like, no. I gotta drive to the airport. I have to pack my luggage. I have to, you know, get on the plane. I have to get the flight over there. I have to land. There's so many extra steps. You can't.
I have to go through security. I've got to make sure that, you know, loads.
Make sure I didn't bring anything crazy into the country. It's like, look, you gotta realistic goals, because if you set, like, you gotta fill it. Let's average 5 viewers. Let's get 5 viewers. So you went from 3 to 5. You get that 5. All right. Celebrate that 5. I always am a big advocate of, you know, celebrate your accomplishments. Don't immediately move the goalpost. If you immediately move the goalpost, you feel like you never accomplished anything. You know, get really excited. I got 5 viewers. I'm averaging 5 viewers on my stream right now. Awesome. Doing great. You know, next. Okay.
What's the next goal? No?
Next goal. All right. I celebrate. Let's do 10.
Yeah.
You know, work towards 10. Then, all right, 15. All right, you hit 15. You're going to go, you know what? This 5 increment, I can do that. Let's do 25. Let's go up by 10. Or let's do it. You know, get little bite-sized pieces and trying to improve your content over time, instead of saying, all right, next I got to average 75 viewers at a time.
You've got 1 viewer. I'm now going to go for 75 No, okay. It's not going to work like that.
Whoa. Yeah. You got to take a...
Yeah. I mean, I normally get this statement coming from, like, my Discord. So, you know, I always give them a stream summary about how we were as a community, like how strong we were, you know, like everybody having a good time, how good the stream was, you know, how many active people were in there, you know. So I always give them something that they can always be a part of.
Right.
Now, always after that stream summary, I always get, you know, consider it's like 20 average viewers, for example. I get someone who comes in, they're like, oh, you're so going to get partner. You definitely deserve partner. You know, you're getting partner. I've had people saying you're going to get partner at the end of the year. I'm like, no. and they go, wait, why? Why don't you think you're going to get it? It's like, because that's not my target yet.
Yeah.
My target isn't on that. That is. I'm grounding myself to the point where I just want, bit by bit, one average viewer up at a time. You know, if it goes down a tad, okay, it's fine. It's going to happen. It will happen eventually to me. Yeah, you know, it will go up and down, and it has done. But for now, what I want to do is just go, okay, let's pick it up. Let's do 5 more. Let's do 5 more and keep on going. You know, as soon as I hit 10 average, I was like, okay, I'll go for 20. This is what we're going to go for.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what else do I want to do with my channel? Now the fact that we've actually got a good foundation of individuals, lovely human beings, as we call them, coming to the channel like every time. Let's try and get to 20. How am I going to get to 20 though? You know, I want to bring these graphics in. I want to make sure that it's a little bit more updated. I want to make sure it's looking a little bit more polished and clean.
Fair.
You know, and that I always get that question. I always beat them down, not on the basis that it's something that I completely disagree with. I would love for it to happen.
Right.
I think anybody would.
Fair.
But I'm not gonna put that as the sudden contention. The fact that it can happen tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I want to make sure fully that I'm just enjoying the content that I'm making, and bit by bit, each day, we're getting 1 more person in. We're getting two more lovely people coming in, getting one with the community, talking to each other, interacting. It's what I want our lovely community to be, you know, and that's what it's always going to be for me. It's not going to be anything more. Even if I hit partner, I still haven't made it. I want to try and get another 10. You know, I'm still going to keep on doing them bits by bits. Mm-hmm. And it's just the perfect way to go about everything that you do on this platform, let alone anything else in life.
Yeah,
you know?
Absolutely. And focusing on, you know, you mentioned, you know, upgrading your graphics and stuff like that. That's something you can control. Yeah. You know, focusing, like if your viewer count drops, think about it. Okay, why did it drop a little bit? Am I playing? It's not graphics. Am I playing a different game? Did I switch up the time zone?
Yeah.
Have I been, you know, a little low on energy? Have I been a little, you know, have I been complaining a little bit? Like, think about the things you can control. And, you know, sometimes it's just, you know, you don't have to find, okay, it's absolutely this. It could be anything. It could be 5 of your regulars went on vacation, and that's why your viewership dropped. That's totally fine.
Yeah.
You know, but, you know, think, hey, is there an issue? There might not be, but there could be. No. And then focusing on the things you can control. Like, oh, you know, 2 times this week, I was having a bad day, and, you know, I had a stream schedule, and I still hopped on, but my head wasn't in it. I wasn't doing great. You know, think about that. Be like, hey, you know, sometimes you got to cancel stream. Like, you got to think about it. Hey, you know,
that's it.
If I'm not in the headspace.
I had to do that. I had to do that literally on Friday. I was doing a 12-hour stream, as I said, but it's cut into 2 different sections now. So one's 5 hours and 10 minutes, the other one's obviously 6 hours 50. Mm-hmm. The reason being is not because I was tired. It wasn't because I just had enough and I need a break, I need lunch, because I could have done that on stream. Mm-hmm. It was more on the basis that something was more important and I had to tend to that before doing anything else and being in that mindset where it's, you know, I have to be 100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
The scenario that happened, and it was on the channel, you know, so someone came in, you know, everybody, like, I'm just going to keep it personal, but someone came in, obviously stating about this, that, and the other. I closed the stream because of it, because that was more important, and it wasn't making me 100%. I was worried, I was a bit anxious about it, everything associated to do with it, and I closed it because it was just not the content I wanted to bring out, and I don't want people to see the content that I bring out be something like that. See me in that kind of
absolutely. Status. Like, from my personal experience, when I started streaming, I was predominantly a League of Legends streamer, and you know, I would go just on a tilt fest. I would have some bad games, and you know, I'm feeling real down, and you know, I would continue streaming. I would continue playing. So I'm like, you know, I'm gonna keep going. But the content is just awful. It's awful content. No one wants to watch that. I don't want to be there. No one else wants to be there. Like, sometimes you gotta learn. You gotta know when to, you know, I'm not in it. Cut it. You would rather not make content than put out content that is trash.
Yeah.
Like, that's something people, I think it harks back to the grind mindset. Just like, put as much content as you can out there. No. put as
Yeah,
much
no,
good content
not at
as
all.
you can. If you're putting out,
Because it will end up ruining you more.
yeah, if you're putting out garbage, like that's someone might see that.
And it may sound harsh, but sometimes it can be true. I'll be honest. I did it like I was trying to stream back in March, but it just wasn't working because the internet was absolutely cacked. Not just that, obviously my specs weren't good enough. You know, I just thought, okay, let's regroup. Let's try and focus on these first before I even consider starting to stream. You know, let's make these graphics, let's make these things, let's make this just the foundation. You know, before anything else.
Absolutely. It's I think a lot of people come in with the mindset that, you know, I can play video games and talk to chat. I can be XQC. I can be Shroud. I can be Summit. They're not doing anything special. They're just, you know, sitting in front of a camera playing games. And then you watch they'll make a claim like that, and you watch their content and be like, look, go watch your content and then go watch their content, and you tell me that it's the same. It's obviously not.
Difference,
It's completely different.
Yeah.
It's you know, I think a lot of people so I'm gonna speak a little bit on my favorite my personal favorite psychological effect. It's a hypothetical. I can't. That word is not working in my brain right now.
I think it's hypothetical.
Hypothetical. Thank you for pronouncing it. My brain was like.
It's alright. No worries. No, it's fine. It's fine.
It's a cognitive bias that is stating that people with a low ability at a task overestimate their ability. So basically, you are so bad at something that you are completely incapable of correctly assessing other people's skills and correctly assessing your own skills.
Yeah.
So I feel like a lot of people come into streaming with that sort of illusion where they don't know how hard it is. They don't understand anything about it, and their grasp of streaming and their streaming ability is so low that they cannot assess where they're at on the skill level. They can't assess where anyone else is, so they think anyone can do it.
Yeah.
So it's the faster you realize that, you know, the people who are the big streamers have gotten there for a reason, be it their looks could be a thing. Like, if you are an attractive girl, play that up if you can. If that's something you're comfortable with and that's what you want to make content on.
Exactly. If you can handle that pressure of other people saying, oh, look at you, all this, that, the other, you know, so be it. And some people do that and they can handle it. Yeah. If you don't think you can do that, then resort to something else.
Like, personally, if I had a great pair of chest areas, I would absolutely have those, you know, displayed. I mean, not out or anything, but like displayed on the stream. That's something that, you know, maybe sets me apart. That's something I would be comfortable with if I did. But some people aren't, and that's okay either way. You gotta figure out what works for you.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with, as long as it's not hurting anybody. Now, if you're throwing your cat, if you're doing something like that, like that's a problem.
Yeah, I know who you're referring to on that one.
If you're feeding your cat some alcohol, like, that's a problem. Don't do that. But like, if you're not hurting anybody, like, do whatever you want. Like, the
cat maybe.
Yeah, but, fair. You know, like I've seen there's a girl who forgot to turn her stream off, and
oh no, yeah. I think I know what
she took off her top completely.
Yep.
And stream was still on and everything. And her viewership quadrupled.
Yeah.
There's no such thing.
Going to, I guess.
Yeah, there's no such thing as bad publicity. Like, if you mess up, own your mistakes. If you mess up, that happened, own it. Like, if you once it goes onto the internet, it's going to stay there. Yeah. So the best thing that you can do about it is just laugh it off.
Yeah. Carry on as normal. You know, use that as a part of your publicity and potentially your marketing.
Yeah. If I break my keyboard over my knee in rage, you know, I can't
Instant mode.
yeah, instant
clip.
like okay, I'll take Summit for example. He got on a professional CS:GO team. He played in a tournament and killed himself to a Molotov when everyone else was dead. You know that people still, if someone does that, that's doing a Summit. You know, but owning your mistakes, owning the dumb things you've done, you know, it might be a through line through like the rest of your content career, but it's still something that you can. That's one thing that really blew him up.
Yeah,
because that was like an insanely popular clip. That might be one of the most watched clips of all time.
Oh, the one punching his monitor or camera.
Yeah, that one too. It's like, you know, it's that authenticity. It's that raw, you know, you're not. I have a problem with a lot of streamers when I feel like they're coming off to me, in my opinion, as forcing a personality, as forcing to be this way, to, you know, putting on a real. Obviously, everyone's got a different persona on camera, on stream than off. But if there's such a incongruency between the two, that it just comes off weird. Like, you have to own yourself. If you're playing games you don't like, don't do that are just popular. Or if you're producing content, no, people no, people will do that. And like, I'm like, do you like those games? And like, no, I just, you know, they're just popular.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, people do it because it's popular. I mean, with me, I did it more because I needed some sort of circulation within the 12-hour stream on Friday.
Fair.
And I resort to Fortnite. Now, everybody knows, anybody who jumps into my stream and asks, you know, do I like Fortnite, right? Everyone in the chat's like, don't you dare. Don't say that. Don't answer it, because you're just going to let them go on a rant for about a good 5-10 minutes, you know? I played it. I could only last an hour. And I said to chat, I said, look, as much as I want to do it for 2 hours, I cannot do this. I cannot play this game. I just cannot do it. I've just had enough of it. Like, after about half an hour, 45, I was like, look, I'll do a couple more games. We'll move on to something like Jackbox, because that's like with viewers and stuff. Yeah. You know, it's.
You're like, my brain feels like it's melting. I can't do this.
Yeah, exactly. And everybody saw, like, I was like trying to make it on as like a leading joke, because it was good content at the end of it. I replayed that section and I just thought it was good. Because I was like staring into the camera, so can't you see the absolute overwhelming look on my face while I play this kid's game? I'm having a great time staring into the camera like I don't have a soul, you know. But you know, I played that on, and I felt like it was effective to an extent where, you know, some people actually thought, oh, you know what, this guy's pretty good or pretty funny. Not in an egotistical way, of course, but that might have been the way it may have come across to some people. Yeah. Hopefully, anyway.
You know, you had a goal. You understood, so you didn't play. You weren't like, oh, you know, Fortnite's popular. Let's play that. It was, you know, I know my stance on the thing. You know, people are asking, like, giving into chat and playing something you don't enjoy very much is totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Like,
of course.
I've had people come in and be like, hey, do you play this? Do you play that? And I'm like, no. Eventually, you know, I do play said game, and it's like, you know, I tried it for you guys. You guys overwhelmingly wanted to see me do this. No, I am. I had a similar experience with Fortnite back when it first came out. People are like, you gotta play it, you gotta play it. It's blowing up. Play it. I played it. I was like, guys, because I think I was playing PUBG at the time. I was really loving PUBG. I was like, okay, I really like this game mode. Like, this is fun. I enjoy this. Like, oh, Fortnite's much better. Okay, I'll give it a shot. Played it. It's like, I hate this building thing so much. And it's not even because I'm bad at it. Yes, I'm terrible at this. This is awful. I am so bad at this game. But to me, a good game is something that I can play and not be good at and still enjoy.
Yes.
Like for
Correct.
me, I am not good at Valorant, but I will still play the game because I find it enjoyable. Same with CSGO.
Yeah.
I'm not good at either of them. I'm pretty bad.
No.
But, you know, even me being as bad as I am, I can still enjoy the game. I don't want to break everything around me and lay in bed and cry.
Well, yeah.
It's like,
I
all right,
mean, that's mood.
yeah. It's like, this is still enjoyable. I'm still vibing to this. Like,
Yeah.
you know, you still do dumb things, you still do cool things. It's like whatever, you know. So we've gone on like a huge tangent. Is there anything
I know.
you would like
it's
to?
happening every time. I'm sorry.
No, it's totally okay. This is again the first time I've done anything like this. So, and you're
Yeah, no, honestly, like you do what you need to do and everything such as that, because I'm more than happy to listen and be mentored and whatever that needs is necessary.
You were hard for me to do this to. 'Cause I didn't have any. I expected someone, whoever won and was like chosen for this, to be like, I could watch your stream and you're sitting there silent and like really, you know,
Yes.
really sit there and be like, hey, you know, I saw multiple times like pull out clips of them, you know, sitting there in silence or, you know, doing some weird stuff or stuff they did on Twitter or whatever, and I could be like, hey, you know, see this could have been done better, and like really sat down and be like, okay, this is the things that you could do better. These are the issues that I have. This is, you know, where you can go from here. When I pull up your content, I don't have any, like I sat through an entire 5-hour stream and didn't really have any issues really. I was like, oh, okay, this is something that I would watch. I feel like the chat interaction's fine. I feel like everything is fine. You didn't say anything. Like some people say like things that really like, so there's a streamer. I used to be big into GTA RP, and there's a streamer who spent an entire stream talking about American politics.
Oh god.
From a perspective that I think is like, just without getting into politics, it's I have a problem when people say things in absolutes when they're not. That's just if you say, hey, this happened, this happened, this happened, these are these people's faults, and it's like, no, that's a hypothesis, but you know, these aren't. That's not 100% factual. Like, and this person has thousands of people, and you know, I just have use your platform however you want to. I just won't take part in it. I haven't really watched that person again because I went back in and similar things were happening, and I was like, this is not something I want to hear, regardless of my views, regardless of their views. I don't want to pop in and, you know, this is I'm watching. And there was a guy who on Twitter, this was like last week, I was at the gym at the time. He was like, hey, I'm doing a social commentary stream, like, come watch. And I was like, okay, before I retweet this, let me hop in, because I don't particularly think politics has a great place on Twitch. I mean, I'm sure there are channels that do it, and that's fine. It's just, it might not be something I want to promote. So I watched it, and it was awful. I agreed with some of the guy's points, but just his overall demeanor about them. He was calling people names, like not in chat, but like politicians' names and stuff. And it's like, that's just not the type of content that I want to promote. And I casually said, hey, I'm sorry. I watched your content for a bit. This is not something that I particularly want to promote. Good luck in your future streams. The guy was super cool about it, but you know, that's something that I would have, if he were you, if you did the same thing, I'd bring that up. Like, hey, this might turn off a lot of people. It might bring some people to your stream, but it's gonna turn off way more than you know, if that's what the content you want to make, you do you. I'm here to just, you know, give you tips, give you advice from my perspective. I could be wrong about some things I'm saying. I could be wrong about everything. It's fine. I'm just here, you know, trying to use my knowledge and experience, and you know, these things you could do, like the time zone thing. These are things you could do. I'm just here to give a different perspective. So, like, you didn't say anything that was like a big red flag or even a yellow flag. It seemed super chill. You weren't playing like some people when they play like screamo music, and I'm like, look, that's gonna turn off most people. Like, just heads up on that one. That's not a good genre for, unless you're playing like Dead by Daylight or something where the fan base for that music and the fan base for that game would kind of overlap pretty well.
Yeah.
But it's still gonna turn off people, and something I would bring up, and that didn't happen. So I was like, well, I feel like this is going to be really quick. So I watched more, and I didn't have any issues with the second VOD I watched. And I was like, well, I don't know what to do about this. So I was like, all right. That's why I started asking you a bunch of different things, and I could see, like, from your, so for people in chat, I had Jiddy send me a bunch of screenshots of his analytics, and I could see the steady, all the little bars kept going up a little bit. Some downs, but like it looked like a steady up, and that's an uptrend. Without divulging too much about me, because I have a specific degree that is a rarer degree. I will state it's in the STEM field, has a lot to do with numbers. So dealing with analytics and whatnot is something that I have let's say professional training in. I have a degree in things like that. If I were to tell you like the specific degree, someone could literally go, "What streamer has that degree?" And they'd be like, "Oh, that's him." Like, I'm not disguising my voice or anything. So if anyone did happen to, you know, connect my voice right now with some other piece of content I make, that's totally fine. I for a long time didn't do my voice in SNS or TwitchSharing or anything. I had a voice, like if you watch some of the old YouTube videos, I have a voice like modulator type thing, voice effects on it, because I didn't want people to know. And I was like, that's hurting StreamNShare. That's hurting, you know, other people's growth. I got to get out of that. I got to stop. I got to be okay. So I have this thing where I don't want people to know who I am, because I don't want people promoting or like giving me exposure, giving me extra support when I'm just some guy who runs, you know, a Twitter account. So sorry, my brain, I went somewhere, and then I gotta go, I gotta pull that back to where, so we'll just start as like, so I don't have any issues with like that content. So I was like, all right, what else can you do? We're talking about me having a specific degree. So I just try to not tell people like specifically, and I just not if someone, I think there's one person in SNS that does, because he did connect the two voices, and I was like, okay, just keep it on the DL, like that's fine. And which is fine. It is what it is. So I was like, you're obviously doing something good on Twitch. There is growth there. There's a steady growth. So if there was a downtrend or a straight across trend, you know, that's when you should start looking. Is there an issue? Is there something that's stunting my growth? Be it I'm low energy, I'm playing certain games, I'm whatever. Yeah. Is there an issue like with my fan base? Did something happen? Are they mad at me? Like, did I do something that's kind of effed up? You know, being aware. But if you have that uptrend, you can think, oh, you know, I'm doing something right. So you had that uptrend in like every single metric you sent me. And I was like, okay, well, you know, obviously things are going well. How can we make that uptrend more up? So, you know, the talking about putting stuff on YouTube, putting stuff on TikTok. And, you know, don't be afraid to make original content for them. Something. Do you have any other passions other than like streaming? Do you like music, specific shows, anything like that?
I mean, I like running.
Fair.
So one thing I get told about quite often is I talk about it maybe a little bit too much. So that could be something where I can obviously put that towards, or put that energy that I normally do towards, for example, a social media platform. And again, I don't know if she's in here still, but Chloe, my mod, she's told me, do like an individual like series for it. Do like your training. like if you can do like a POV of what you're doing and where you're going, like a time lapse, you know, because I do tell in stream from time to time that I am like going for a marathon at the end of September.
Yeah,
the Brighton
absolutely.
Marathon. So something like that would be a good tangent to do, like personal life, get more involved with the actual brand that we've got or the community that we've got. You know, if they want to know about me more, this is a great opportunity for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Having a you could start making the video now, and having one big long video where it's like, hey, is this your first marathon?
This is my second. This will be my second one.
Okay. You can be like, all right, training for my second marathon. These are the steps, and you could do like a little time lapse of from here to September, like a 10-minute video or something. You could do monthly check-ins. You can make an entire running. Running is a huge market. Huge market.
Yeah.
Especially on, I don't know about TikTok, because TikTok kind of curates the content for you, so you don't really. If I'm not into running, because I'm not into running, my body is not built for running. Just like genetically, I'm very stocky. Let's phrase it. So moving all of my weight in a long distance is not. I'm more of a sprinter. That's what I'm trying to say here.
Okay.
I'm built more for sprinting than I am for distance.
Okay.
But so I would never see any TikTok running content. I'm sure it's there.
No.
You could obviously take that running passion and turn it into funny TikToks. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you can dabble into, do some Twitch TikToks. So your account's, a running TikTok and a Twitch TikTok, but have a funny kind of overtone.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. That would be great.
What happens when you run into dog poo, for example, during a run?
Yeah.
It's great. It's fantastic.
Oh, absolutely. Having that comedic thing, so then people come into Twitch is starting to be more of a social platform where people who do make TikToks, people who do YouTube videos, do have a sort of stream platform on Twitch. So a lot of people, just quick shout out, hey, my Twitch is XYZ. I also stream over there a few times a week. Boom. And then you're pulling some of that audience in, but it's a lot easier to gain that audience on YouTube. A lot easier to gain that audience on Twitch or on TikTok.
Yeah.
So
perfect.
Just I would recommend, especially since you've mentioned that you do have a lot of time on your hands. Putting effort into those, because I think your streaming schedule is fine. How many hours a week do you stream? Like 12?
So I'm doing at the moment 16.
16?
So it's 4 hours a day for 4 days of the week. And it's all weekdays.
That's perfectly fine. I think that's a great starting point. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You don't want to do too much. You don't want to do too little. Like one time a week, not enough for streaming. Don't even bother if you're doing one time a week. You can't. That's unless you're doing content elsewhere, and that's like just what you do once a week, like have a chat. But if you're trying to grow on Twitch, like one time a week is just not gonna cut it.
No.
But 4 times a week for 4 hours. 4 hours is probably 3 hours is what I consider the minimum for anyone to do in one stream session. Like obviously stuff happens. Obviously there are things that are gonna come up in life where you have to cut your stream short, or sometimes you're not feeling it and you're just like, I can't. Guys, I'm done. Sometimes you gotta cancel your stream, whatever. But 3 hours, I think, what I would consider the minimum that you should do. 4 is pretty good, and I think about 6 to 7 is about the cap you want to do, because I've noticed, at least for me personally, and when I go into streams, since it says like how long they've been streaming for, when it starts to get 7, 8, 9, you can tell that the streamer is starting to get a little bit fatigued. And some people can do it, like Summit, his streaming style and his we'll phrase it, green aids that he does help him, be able to stream for 12 hours a day. And that's like, he's been doing it for 10 years now, so that's what he can do. But most people, it's about 6, 7, 8. It's different for everybody, but being okay with yourself and be like, look, this is what I can do, and being okay with that. Like, don't think just because Summit streams 12 hours, you need to stream 12 hours. Absolutely not. 4 is perfectly fine. Like I've told one of my in real life friends, I was like, look, if you want to stream 3-4 hours a night, that's fine. That works. That works for you.
Exactly.
As long as you're consistent.
Well, the thing is, 3 hours for me wasn't enough.
Yeah.
I felt like it was something where I talked to everybody in the chat and everything for the first 20 minutes and stuff, see how everybody else is doing in the evening, what they've been up to. And then afterwards, you play for about 2.5 hours, but obviously every 5 minutes after a game's finished, for example, like Apex Legends, where, you know, if you go back to the main menu, you talk to chat for about 5 minutes, then you go again. About 5 or 6 games later, you're done. You're finished.
Yep. Pretty much.
It's like, oh, all right. Well, you know, and I would probably go as far as sometimes I do the 3 hour schedule, or used to do the 3 hour schedule, but I'll give it another half an hour, maybe to do the Twitch clips that people may have put in on the Discord. I haven't done it as much now because obviously we're growing at an exponential rate. That like something that I didn't really expect until now. So that's something that I'm going to try and plan to obviously develop and try and improve, because I want to bring that back, and I do miss doing that kind of stuff. Like the people, I want to see the experience that people enjoyed specifically, and actually laugh with them on it. You know, and give my reaction, my intake on me, in a sense. Like, what am I doing here? Like, what is this? What is this? What is this face? This human being's just a bit of a wrong'un.
Fair.
So
fair.
That, you know.
I was about ready to give you some recommendations that are mainly United States specific. So I was like, that's not accurate. I'm happy for any advice. Well,
you know?
So in the United States, you can incorporate yourself and basically be a business. And then everything you do, everything you spend is a business expense. So if you bought a new camera, that's a business expense.
Yes.
So if you, there's a lot of people who I really look up to and really think their input's really good. They say, hey, when you're making about $100 a week, $100 a month, you know, incorporate yourself. So you can, you know, take that money and improve your stream, you know, buy a new graphics card, buy a new camera, but it's a business expense. So you can write that off on your taxes. So that really helps you save money to grow your stream faster. Also, if you do spend any ads, you know, that's a business expense. If you, you know, hire someone to, for example, let's say you have a bunch of clips, you could hire someone to look at those clips and then give you, you know, 10 of them, like the top 10 that, you know, you should look at. Because let's say you get hundreds and thousands every time you stream. You know, you can't look through all that, but you can hire someone to do that. Or make highlights of your stream or something like that. Being okay to spend a little bit of money to do something that you wouldn't be able to do. Like, let's say you wanted a YouTube editor to make your streams into like highlights. You know, having someone else do that, as long as you're also doing something to, you know, let's say you're making TikToks, and maybe you're making other YouTube videos for a different channel, like a running channel or something. That's, you have 2 people now who are working towards that content. You have, so you can grow even faster and make more content. So being unafraid to bring someone on board, maybe one of your friends, maybe someone you meet in a Discord, maybe someone from your community who just wants to, you know, help out. And you're like, hey, you know what? I appreciate you helping out. I'll give you $20 a week or something. I really appreciate it. I know it's not about the money, but it's, you know, that's what I'm willing to do, to say as like a thank you. And they're like, no, I don't want to. I'll do it for free. Like, no. It's something, you're doing me a service. You know, I thank you, but like, let me toss you a little bit. Let me pay for your sub. Let me, like, I'll give you a tier 2 sub every month for free. I'll gift it to you. You know, something like that. You know, being okay with spending, you know, the money you've made from Twitch to grow. It's, you keep feeding that, keep growing. But I don't know if that incorporation thing is the same where you are. I don't know how that works. I am
It's definitely something that I've been looking into, and the reason being is because if they're investing into me, I want to give something back.
Fair.
I know it's not really a business kind of interpretation, but I think it's a bit more a morally right thing to do.
Fair.
Because it's kind of like Patreon. You know, when you support someone,
yeah,
kind of thing, you want to give that back, and you actually want to show that, okay, this is where your money is going. Your money is going into something that is constantly improving. I've been looking at microphones, or looking at the option of microphones anyway, because I feel like I've had this microphone for about 7 years, you know. So it's always something like that. Even the camera I've had for about 5-6 years, the one that I use. But then I looked into things that, you know, if I make a bigger investment into something else that might be even more for the channel, then I could go from there. I can save up the money and essentially have something on a 3-month project where, like you say, I can have someone making and editing them videos for me.
Yeah.
I could have someone, or I could be paying a tier 3 sub for someone every month, you know, to do these videos or produce that, have a team to do that, you know, on different social media platforms. So at the moment, I'm in that crossroad at the moment of where I need to go. And if there is any improvements that I can genuinely make on that, then I will.
Fair.
But the main priority with every single, you know, decision I will make will turn out as a result of the people who have given me time, whether it's just, you know, like 5 minutes, an hour, or even if they bring in, you know, donations or bits or subscriptions. I will use that for the benefit of them, and that will always be the same thing no matter where I go or how high I go. 100%.
Absolutely, I definitely agree. It seems like you got a very good plan. You know, you've thought about the different things, and that's why I said like going through your content was hard, because there was no issues. I couldn't sit here and teach you how to do everything. I was just like, look, you're doing well. Like, definitely doing well. A lot better than a lot of people. And I know I said don't compare yourself to other people, but
no. I mean,
it's not a comparison. It's a a lot of people's streams aren't growing. They're staying stagnant or not doing. They've quit. So, you know, having that growth is definitely not something, or is something not to be understated. Like,
no,
definitely, like, you're doing something right. So it's just like, hey, what else?
I wish I could find out what it is.
I'm gonna be real honest. I just think you're not doing any of the red flags. Like, you've gotten past that phase, which a lot of people don't grow out of that phase. They'll still call out lurkers. They still do, you know, follow for follow or play music that's, you know, abrasive or talk about things they shouldn't. Like, people will do that.
Yeah.
And it seems like you've gone through that phase, and you're really coming into your own as a content creator, and you know, just producing more content and producing content on platforms that, you know, have a little bit more of a growth opportunity. Like, gonna be honest, there's a 0% chance, regardless, or a very low percent chance, regardless of the game you're playing, for you to have 1,000 people tomorrow. You can play any game tomorrow. There's almost a 0% chance that 1,000 people will come in and watch your stream. It just won't happen.
Yeah, exactly.
But you can make a TikTok where 1 million people will watch it. You can make a YouTube video where hundreds of thousands of people will watch it. It's just it's a different opportunity. It's a different potential.
Yeah.
So that's where I kind of see the growth potential being. That's pretty much all I got. Is there anything you would like to ask, or anyone in chat have any questions, or anything you guys want us to talk about, or any thoughts?
Yeah.
Anything like that?
More than happy for anything. Yeah, definitely. I mean, knowing that this is your community, I'm more than happy to answer anything that you want me to, or anything. You know, I mean, otherwise, if there isn't any questions or anything, I just if anybody's out there and wants to know anything that I'm doing that might be right, I'm more than happy to as well, because we're all in this together, and everybody's got a certain goal that they want to hit. So yeah, I'll do it for you. No worries. Just send me a message. I'm more than happy to.
Would absolutely recommend. anyone has any questions, you definitely, I would direct them if they're, you know, a lot of people won't DM me, but they'll DM, you know, the staff or the mods or something, and then they come to me and be like, I have to DM them anyways to take care of the issue or not. And I'm like, you can just DM me, and they're always very like, no, I feel uncomfortable DMing you. Or when I drop up in general chat, people are like, oh my goodness, oh hi. I'm like, look, I'm just like, relax, I'm just a dude, man. Like, just calm down. Like, I'm not. It's like I'm Twitch, like I'm a Twitch cop, like coming in there, like, what are you guys doing down here? It's like, no, I'm not. I'm not here to get you. I'm not here to yell at you or whatever. Like, relax. Yeah. I'm just a dude. Just, I'm in the same boat you are. I'm just a guy. Just a guy who's been doing something for a long time. And
it's an iconic quote. I've got a wife and 2 kids. Please.
Yeah, it's like I've just been doing something for a long time, and it's gotten to the point where it's like, wow, okay, I didn't expect. Yeah. Like, I did not expect my Twitter account to ever reach 100,000 followers. That's insane to me. Like, I was excited when I had like 1,000. I was like, whoa, 1,000! I feel like I can help some people.
For you.
Yeah, I'm like, cool, awesome. Then it got to like 50,000. I'm like, whoa, how?
Oh,
why?
Hold up.
Like, what's going on here? And then, like, last year it was close to 100. I was like, that's a whole nother digit. That's 6 digits.
More in my account.
Okay. All right.
More that I could possibly
like,
ever own.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I don't. How? Like, it doesn't. So I've really tried to you know, help people. Like, I will call people out when I see people doing like follow for follow, or, you know, doing some stuff that I think is the incorrect way to grow, the incorrect way. Like, people, I don't know if you've seen this, but people, when you post like, hey, I'm going live, people will comment, like, will reply to your tweets and be like, hey, I'm also going live, here's my link. And I'm like, no, I don't
Don't you dare.
Like, no one's gonna click that, and I will remember your name, or at least your little picture, and I will never click anything. Like, there are people who
Liam Neeson needs to come in, you know? I will find you.
There are people who have done that, and I will not retweet any of their stuff. I don't block them. They still tag me. I refuse to retweet their things, because you're going to do something that I strongly disagree with. People think that I have to promote everyone. I have to retweet everyone. It's like, no, this is my platform. This is what I do. I can, if I don't want to retweet you, I don't need to. Like, that's fine.
You know, it's the same thing with views going into the channel.
Play this game.
If you specify in the rules. Yeah. It's like, oh, I'm streaming this as well. So I was just gonna stream. See you later. Like, okay, that's like a subtle bit promo.
No, so don't even get me started about this one. Oh, I get people being like, hey, I'm still live, and I'll go in and they're like sitting there tweeting, and I'll tweet them back and be like, hey, you might want to stop playing on your phone on Twitter and play your stream. You've been streaming for 30 minutes and now you're starting to tweet again. Like, I get there's no one there. But I showed up, and that's what I saw. That's the first thing I saw.
But that's the thing, like you were saying before, at the very, very beginning, when you're starting Twitch, when it's maybe even just yourself in there for a good couple of hours, this is the perfect opportunity to just talk to yourself. Just like
make mistakes.
You're insane.
Say dumb things, and then realize, oh, you know, I've said, when I first started streaming, I would call people things that weren't like the N-word or anything, but like, I would say things that are like, whoa, that's a little graphic. I need to, you know, tone that back a little bit. That's you know, that's inappropriate. Like, I wouldn't want to have a streamer say those things. Yeah. Like, I used to play with people who were exceedingly toxic in the voice chat, and they would say things that are like really bad. Yeah. And I was like, well, I can't play with this person. But I made that mistake when no one was watching. So there's not a clip going around of someone that I'm playing with being racist. Like, that, there's not a clip going around now, because I was able to make those mistakes, play with the wrong people, do the wrong things when no one's watching.
There's loads of them out there. The
Absolutely.
racist ones. PewDiePie, massive example. There's a FIFA streamer called Nick 2080.
Yeah.
He did something during his stream that's been across the face of YouTube, across the face of Twitch. As you do. Literally, it's. I know sometimes when you're that big, sometimes it's one of them things where it just happens and then you just move on. But there's some people that really get affected by the brand of that, and you really do have to be careful on what you say sometimes on the internet, because 2 or 3 years down the line, if you do get to that status, there will be people that will bring that back and be like, was this actually you? Like, are you still this now? Is this the person that you actually were until you had to change your persona and everything to make sure that you were inclined with the mainstream community?
Yeah. And then a lot of times people will deflect it. Oh, I was just joking around back then. Oh, I was young. I made a mistake. No. I need you to own it. Look, that's me saying those things.
It's 2021.
That is what I said.
Yeah.
Look, I'm sorry. I don't know what was going through my mind at that point. I said those things. I've learned from those things. It hasn't happened since. It'll never happen again. I'm sorry. If I hurt anyone, I'm sorry. I really didn't mean it. I made a mistake years ago. It happens. Like people getting canceled for tweets they sent 4 years ago. It's like, look, you gotta be careful out there. Like,
if anything that you leak out, it can literally go in the worst context possible as well.
Oh, absolutely.
And it can spiral down from there. Seriously, I mean, I may have said stuff that people can easily take into a different context. I don't know what that may be, but there'll probably be something in the future if this does carry on and the growth is a gradual one. And I've taken the things into the account of what you said to make myself get to a decent amount or a decent size. I'll literally have to look back at it, and make sure and defend myself and say, look, okay, I would have said it in this context. I know myself well enough to actually explain it to them people. It's just so scary out there, and even for the big people, like say PewDiePie.
Like there's people who have taken that turn off clips because people are clipping things. Like I can say, and I was gonna say something that if you click, like you can clip. I can say one thing, and in full context, it's totally fine. Everyone agrees it's like totally fine. But if I said, oh, easy. If there's like a candy, right? Let's say there's a candy that has a black flavor, like a black licorice. Let's say I love black licorice, but I don't like red ones. And then I said, or I love red ones and I hate black ones. And I said something along the lines of, I hate the black ones or something like that. You could clip that and be like, look, here's this guy. He's saying he hates black people. It's like, no.
Exactly.
In context, I literally just said I don't like black licorice, but I didn't say black licorice right then. So then people are like,
it's a perfect example. Yeah. Exactly.
So it's like, you just gotta, so people, a lot of big streamers turned off clips. They're like, it's not worth the time. It's not worth the effort to get misclipped. And, that done maliciously to me. Like, that's not, it's not worth it. I just not have clips on my channel. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'll make highlights or I'll have someone make highlights. That's it. I won't, I'm good with not having any clips. It's totally okay.
Yeah. Me eventually.
Yeah, fair. So is there anything else you would like to cover? Any questions, any concerns, anything?
God. I mean, there's no real concern. I think we've gone through the face of Twitch and beyond, really.
Fair.
In terms of what we've said and what we've mentioned. And, I said it to you in the DMs, but I want to say it obviously on stream because I'm really appreciative of it. But thank you for spending the time and the amount of hours going through my analytics, my channel, literally everything inclined to try and give feedback as much as possible. And I'm sorry I made it difficult for you.
It was a good type of difficult.
It means an absolute world. Yeah. it just means the world, the fact that, you know, I know obviously it was a ballot or you know, a lucky draw, but even so, you know, you could easily turned around and said, no, I'm not going to do it, it's not a good idea. But no, I just appreciate everything that's been applied into this stream, and I really appreciate being on your channel as a feature, especially for the first of many, hopefully.
Hopefully the next people are a little more difficult, because I mean, given I would love for everyone to not say dumb things and have good content. That would be great. That's the world I want to live in. But it makes this a little bit more in depth and a little more. I have to kind of, you know, go into like a marketing perspective. Like, hey, these are some options for you. It's less of a Twitch perspective. It's like, hey, these are the things that, you know, more marketing, more trying to raise your numbers in a non like avenue outside of Twitch, like the side streets.
Yeah.
I'll give chat one more shot. And I'm appreciative you know, willing to, like, you're super accommodating of my schedule is a little more restricted, let's phrase it. So I was like, Sunday's about all I got. So I appreciate
honestly,
you
I
being
normally
down.
go to bed at stupid o'clock anyway, so I'm absolutely fine with that anyway. But knowing how important it is, and obviously to the people who's, you know, in the chat, whether they're fans of mine or not, you know, or well, I wouldn't say fans, but, you know, the viewers that come into my channel and say hello, or whether you're just someone that's looking for advice, like, you know, anything that you guys want to ask, I'm more than happy to help if there's something that you know you need. That's what I'm here for. That we're all again, I'm going to repeat it every single time. We're all in the same boat, and I want to help as much as I can. If it's not going to be me, I want it to be someone else. If that.
Absolutely. Well, I'll give chat one more shot. Chat, you got anything? Otherwise, we'll wrap this up. We'll you know, end the video, end the stream. So shout out to YouTube if you're watching this on YouTube. I mean, if you've made it this far, you've made it almost 3 hours into this video. So congratulations for doing that. Let's shout out to everyone for the follows today. We got a bunch. Go check out JiddyTV. He's typed in chat. It's in the bottom right hand side of the screen. Go follow that guy. Like, it's you'll see the things that I was talking about. Great chat interaction, good vibes. You know, if you go follow him now, you'll be ground floor. You'll be at day one. So when he gets partner, when, you know, he's sitting there rocking 300, 400 viewers, you'd be like, I was there. I was there.
If not when.
No. Speaking it into existence. Speaking it into existence.
Very true.
Like,
very
be
true.
realistic, but like let's just focus. Let's just speak it into existence. You can be like, I was there when he had 10 viewers. I had there when he was 15.
Yeah. Put it that way. Big time.
Exactly. Well, if there's nothing else, thank you guys for watching. Big thank you to Jiddy for allowing me to sit down with him for nearly 3 hours and have an in-depth discussion about his content, Twitch, streaming, YouTube, TikTok, the whole 9 yards. We kind of deviated a little bit there, but you know, it is what it is. I think we all had a good time. So thank you guys for watching.
Yeah.
Big shout out to YouTube if you're watching on YouTube. Thank you, the guys in chat. If you guys do want to, you know, be in an environment where we both are, down in the description box or on Twitch, it's down below. There's a little panel that says Discord. That'll take you to the SNS Discord, which is StreamNShare. It is the community on Discord that I created years ago at this point, and you know, it's a place where, you know, we all try to grow in the healthy ways. So like, no follow for follow. A lot of, hey, we watch each other's content, we rate each other, we host each other, we, you know, try to give each other tips and constructive criticism to improve each and every one of us as we grow as a community. It obviously grows its members. Like, we have people who are in the community that don't stream anymore, but they still are in the community because, you know, they really enjoyed, you know, the atmosphere. They enjoy the other people in the thing. We got an active chat. You can kind of see the Discord right now. You got all these things going on over here. So if you guys want to join that, feel free. You don't have to be a streamer to join it. That's not a prerequisite. Anyone can join it. You might find your new favorite streamer. It's totally okay. We do have a Twitter, which is down below somewhere. I'm TwitchSharing on Twitter as well. So feel free to follow me there, and you can ask me any questions. You feel free to DM me on Discord, which someone did recently. Don't like in the last 5 minutes, someone shot me a DM. So I've checked that at the stream. DM me on Twitter if you have any questions. If you tweet me on Twitter, that's a little more difficult for me to see. Get hundreds of those a day. So if you have like a question or a concern or something, absolutely send me a DM. My DMs are open on both. Yeah, Jiddy, you wanna shoot where they can find you? I'll probably put your I'll put your if you want to make a TikTok, if you want to make YouTube, if you want to do everything, if you want to, I won't post this video like today or tomorrow. If you want to if you want to make anything, I'll give you a couple days to make whatever you want. Just send me all of the places everyone can find you, and I'll toss it in the description of the YouTube video when I toss it up.
Yeah, no worries. I mean, I'm on Twitch. I'm on Twitch 4 days of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. GMT. I also have a Twitter, so if you do want to know the latest news of what I'm doing, so that might be to do with graphic design, that might even be stuff to do with the actual channel, maybe my lifestyle as well with running, everything associated with that, then you can just go on twitter.com/JiddyTV or twitch.tv/JiddyTV.
All right, and that does it. If you guys do want to be the next person that, you know, I do a content deep dive, make sure you do join the StreamNShare Discord. I will probably do a giveaway poll thing like I did last time. It seemed to work all right. Got a good one the first time, so hopefully the luck continues. But thank you guys for watching this, and have a good day and good luck in your future streams. I know it's rough out there, but that's why we're here doing what we're doing, to make it a little less painful to start streaming, start making content. It's hard. That's why you gotta have a support system. But thank you guys for watching. Have a good one.